Wow, you.
7 knives in his chest.
Oh, wow.
Dead in his study room.
He is.
How crazy is that?
It's really crazy. It's insane, actually. Oh, I know, guys. I know. I know. I know. I know. It's okay. I'm not gonna panic. Just gonna get back over there. Owie! Owie! Sonic paintball. I got paintballed out. Ow! Whoop. Oh, I forgot to do the thing. Oh, and then I went down a cliff. That's not how you do that. That is wrong. Maybe. Well.
That's my run speed.
Okay. I believe in. We believe in you.
That's better.
Okay. Nope. Hey, show. Okay, I don't trust myself, but I'm gonna try and get some of that. Okay.
What do you know?
100%.
Sora, Donald, Goofy. Guess I owe you a big thank you.
Did you notice how she said Goofy?
Stay someplace safe. We'll search.
Did you notice that?
And make sure
She was like, "Oh, Sora, Donald,
Be careful,
Goofy,
Wonder Boy."
I will.
Goofy. Remember the last time you were here?
You guys in?
Remember that? Hercules doesn't know about that yet.
Break a leg then.
Don't tell anyone though.
Phil, you should go with Meg.
And yes, I'm implying that Hercules and Goofy, or not Hercules, Meg and Goofy, that's where Max came from. That's Max's mother. That's canon. Get Ford? Okay. I don't like that. Why does he look so happy about it? He looks really, really happy about it. And that's not okay. Listen. Uh-oh. I think he found me. Where's he at? There he is. Okay. The thing looks really happy about this situation, which is fine. Some people are into that. That's totally okay. I'm not going to judge nobody no how. I can understand that. I can understand that. Grandma, I'm sorry. Grandma, but that's a big knife. Why do you have such a big freaking knife, Grandma? That's not normal. I will take you out, Grandma. I don't think I'm gonna have to put you in a home for people with big knives is what I'm gonna have to do. There's places like that. They have plenty of homes for people with big knives. They are very dangerous and they will murder things on their bellies. Like literally on their bellies, they will murder things. So if an otter approaches you and says, "Hey, you want to cuddle? Come hang out on my belly right now," you're about to get murdered. I'm just letting you know because it's important for you to know. You're about to die. Okay, anyway, let's get back to the game.
OwO in the background. But
was there an OwO in the background back there? It might be. Oh, I should check it out.
Fantastic charm of small.
Maybe. Let's see.
Giggles.
Oh, there was. Oh, I see it back there. Look at that right there, right behind my head. Hold on, you can't really see it because it's right behind my head. Let me move over here. Hold on. There it is. It's you can kind of see it right there. Yep, there it is. OwO, you found it. That's it right there. All right. OwO indeed.
You're a pop star. The press is on your every move.
Maybe.
Well, there are a couple places they can't follow me. Mainly into business meetings or the bedroom.
Well, we could change that.
The bedroom, huh?
Shut up, Taylor. I said it first. This one's mine.
Taylor, no. We're gonna focus on the business part. Most people...
Not a chance.
I don't know why I went this way. Horse! Watch out! Horse! Oh my God! I couldn't turn!
You didn't get yourself killed then, Miss Adler.
Not quite.
Well, I'd like to say I missed your refined
Why, hello. Hello, all you wonderful, wonderful people out there. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. It's only Tuesday this week, but it feels much later in the week because we've been busy. Yesterday, we did an awesome birthday stream for Hi-Fi Wolf. We played with some 1UP Milo and a bunch of friends, and it was a great time, and I had a good old time. Jojo, what's going up? I am the Seer Leem. I am playing this game for the story and nothing else. Nothing at all. Wink, wink, wonk, wonk, nothing. But we're gonna play this game. We're playing some more Winds of Change. Sir, sure. Yeah, that's it. But if you weren't here for last week, I think we're getting into the meat of the story. You know what I mean? The meat of it. Wink, wink, wonk, wonk. Anyway, that's what we're doing today is more story-based game of Winds of Change. It should be a good old time. I think we are getting into like more of the main story of the game, so it should be exciting. I forgot to do something. I was gonna make a change to something. I forgot what that was. I know what it was. I'm currently doing homework. It's not fun. My code doesn't work. Oh no. Well, hopefully. What code? Oh, like accessing the homework? I hope you find that out. That makes it pretty tough. It would. It absolutely would. But like I said, we're playing some more Winds of Change. We're gonna do Played Up tomorrow. And then I got 2 streams in a row after that of the Spiritfarer. We're busy. We're a busy week. So one of the reasons why I'm trying to do this is I'm really hoping we can get to 500 this week. We are really close to 500 followers, which should be really fun. If we can get there, we have 4 more to go. So if we can get to 4 more followers, we have done it, and it'll be an amazing time. So hopefully that is what we're doing. But we got, like I said, we're playing some follow-up or Played Up tomorrow with Demon Otter Games and C. James Fox, and also Demon Otter's wonderful wife, and hopefully they are having just as much fun as we have in the past. They are wonderful, chaotic streams. I love them, and we should have a great time. So before we do this, we're gonna get into this game. I'm gonna get into it. I got a game to play. I don't know. We gotta see some buff men. That's the plan. I don't know why I touched my chest. You didn't see it. I was literally like a buff men, and I was like, brr, and it was weird. But anyway, let's play this game, shall we? I forgot how I do this. Maybe I go over here. Let's do that. It's fine. Hey, there it is. A little darker than I was hoping for. Why is that? I know why. I'm gonna change something. Hold on. Ooh, that's pretty piano. Because buff men have buff men chests. They do. And one would hope that is the case. But let me make a quick change to the video for your viewing pleasure. I know you've been thinking about it all day. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Great stuff. Okay, that looks a little better. Let's play some Winds of Change, shall we? Okay, here we go. Where was I? I don't remember. I'm here now. Good. Hey, it's Fortane, the bunny. He's so cute. And look at Valessa. She's got beautiful eyes. I'll give her that. I'm gonna give her plenty of beautiful eyes. What do I do? Start. There we go. I'm here now. That's where I expected to be. Right here. Nowhere else. Okay, what am I doing? I have done this. I've done that. I found a book. I don't know if I should look around for other things, but I am. It is a map of the known world, far on the back of the wall. It is. We're in Valenorth, with Mizeo a little bit to the north of us. To the east is Mizeo and Arinthia, and farther north is Balteus. I have a feeling we'd be going to Balteus in the Triumvirate's doorstep. Well, that would be new. We got all these done. I think we're done in here. Maybe I was smart and made that the thing I did. What is this thing? Oh, never mind. I don't need that. We're good. right, let's go to the mappy map. I can go to the Great Tree. It looks like. What is exit? Oh, that's probably just leaving the game, right? I don't know. We'll see. Let's go to the Great Tree. Why not? You know, it's the only place to go. There's a star there. That looks important. I should check out whatever. Ooh, the Grand Tree towers above everything else in Valenorth. And because of Valenorth's altitude, it towers above the world. We take a slow steps across the makeshift bridge, holding onto the sides. Felissa stops in her tracks, taking in the surroundings. A hint of confusion appears on her face as she breaks the silence. Doesn't she live here? I feel like she lives here. This is kind of weird for her to be like, I don't know anything about this. Stopping as well, Fortame and I listen to her words.
All right, we really need to talk.
Okay.
Seer.
Uh-huh.
What are your thoughts on all this?
I don't know. You're totally really quiet. Can I turn the sound up? I cannot. Well, I feel like they are a little quiet. So give me 1 second here. I'm going to make a change. Are they quiet? Do you guys think they're quiet? They're not that bad. Doesn't seem that bad. Let's just go with that. What did you say? You've been totally silent since we left Milas. Well, we didn't really go that far, so maybe I just didn't feel like talking for like 5 seconds. Is that weird if I'm just like, nah, I'm good?
Hey, Valessa, no prying. Let him open up when he wants to.
Yeah, you listen to the bunny. He knows what he's talking about sometimes.
I'm just curious, that's all. It's not like Milas treated us to afternoon tea. Everything is different. Besides, venting can help.
You're right. I'd rather not talk about it, actually. I don't know what to think. I feel lost. I feel invigorated, like I finally have a purpose. I'm just taking things as they come, to be honest. I mean, I don't really feel any of these. I don't want to be like a sorry sap. This one's a little bit more like honest. I'm gonna do that one.
There's not much else we can do. I'm sure that Dominic will have a lot to teach us.
Who? Oh, right.
We won't feel so lost.
You're right. Maybe we won't. But what if we are? But what if we're already lost? What if it's too late and there's nowhere to go and everybody's already dead and we can't do anything about it? What then? She turns back around and we continue walking. I try to admire the scenery, but that attempt is short-lived. Fortame, who had taken the lead, also stops in his tracks.
Actually, on the subject of venting.
Okay.
There's something I need to get off my chest.
Oh.
Or, I guess, there's something I need to ask you to.
All right, you do that.
Sure. What is it?
I know we don't like talking about this.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes we pretend it never even happened. But we can't anymore. We're going to Museo.
Okay. How do we know that? Do we know that for sure? Are you positive about that? Can you really be 100% positive about that? And what else are you talking about right now?
So I think now we need to face the facts. That's the last place our parents were... I mean, they were there when it happened.
Our parents? Why would our parents have been there?
Casualties of the occupation.
Oh, we're orphans. How do you like that?
Now we have the chance to fight back against the Triumvirate.
Okay.
We're directly responsible for what happened there. Are we doing this for Alestia? Or for ourselves?
Well, since I didn't know that until this moment, I think I'm probably the most pure of heart here. I think that can be said, and I think it should be known.
You mean revenge?
Yes.
Fortim, I don't know how to answer that. All of our parents. That was so long ago.
Very long ago. Like, so long ago, you might not even believe it.
I don't know if that makes me a bad person or not. But we can't just fight because Milas told us to. We each need a purpose, even if they're different.
Right. I support you, Mr. Bunny Bunkins. You do whatever you want to do. You know? I should be on the other side of the screen. I remembered why now. I can see it because all the words are left justified And that makes more sense. And now I could be closer to my bunny friend. Hi, friendo. How are you? Just do the old nuzzle, nuzzle, nuzzle. Okay, yeah, we're good friends like that. Okay.
I guess I want Alestia's freedom. Is that not reason enough to fight?
Well, it could be.
That's a goal, Valessa, not a purpose. Let me ask the seer, why do you fight? What weight will you carry with that blade?
The desire to avenge our parents, a dream that no one else will lose their home. That's actually not a bad reason. To drive and protect my friends from danger. I like that one. Actually, I have no purpose. I was forced into this. I'd rather not talk about this, Fortame. I'm gonna go with this one because that one's pretty nice sounding. That sounds like the best. This one or this one? I'm really not sure. From danger. I think that sounds. So here's my thinking. I'm actually gonna go with this one. The reason is because I feel like as someone who's basically lived my whole life in this village and apparently my parents are dead, I don't want people to lose their home, but this is all I know. So I'm very disconnected from that whole thing over there, and it would make more sense for me to be like, listen, I think that is it.
Good. Tap into that drive whenever you can.
Alrighty.
Don't let any swing of your blade lack purpose. A fight without purpose is a fight you'll never win.
Right. Also, we should probably not kill people if we don't have to, unless you are the most murderous bunny I've ever met. You might be. Are you the most murder? Is he? Jojo, is Fortame a murderer? Is he a violent bunny? Very, very murderous. Is that the thing?
I have more to say though, so hold on.
Okay.
Our parents went to Museo together.
Right.
As a group of friends. Now, we're doing the same. And trust me, I'm worried.
All right. Are you worried we're gonna die too? Because that would be pretty coincidental.
They got caught up in a fight, and we will too. But I don't want to die. I want to save Alestia.
I cannot confirm or nor deny that my client is a murderer. Okay, fair enough. I will leave it to chance. Of course, until the end. I have no idea what will happen to us, though. You're asking me to make a promise I can't keep. Yeah, of course. It'll be a piece of cake. Yeah, sure it will. I bet it will. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say. You know what? They're probably looking for strength from a leader. That's me. Obviously, the LeemThatStreams likes to be a leader. I'm gonna go with, of course, until the end, even though I can't possibly promise that.
There we go. That's the spirit.
You're right.
With that attitude, we'll never lose.
Okay.
Now let's get that blade and head to Museo.
You got it. I don't think that's a good idea, but you got it. Let's get that blade. Let's get that bread and blade.
Yeah, I'm about ready to get off this bridge.
We're on a bridge?
Not exactly the best place for a heart-to-heart. Though, honestly, I'm glad you opened up.
We're on a bridge? Are you telling me we're on a bridge right now? That seems kind of weird. All right, whatever.
And actually, I think I found my purpose. I want to fight to protect my closest friends.
Oh, who's that?
About that promise?
Okay.
I'll be here. Right until the end.
Oh, you're talking about us. Okay, well, that's good to know. Wasn't 100% sure. I nod, and they smile at one another. A few moments later, we continue our trek to the Grand Tree. This time, however, we reach our goal. We reach our blah, 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 with no interruptions. The words. As soon as we enter, we spread out. Perhaps covering more ground would help us find it easier. However, much to our surprise, it is out in the open.
Wait, that's it?
What? I don't see anything. What are you talking about? Where? Is over here? Is that a sword? Are you trying to tell me that's a sword? Because it doesn't look like a sword. It's wrapped up in a sack in front of the Grand Tree's altar. There's a sack in there? I don't see nothing. I must be blind. If I'm a seer, I certainly can't see very well. The general shape and size was easily discernible to me. It was the instrument of my death and Valinor's destruction. Of what?
There's a letter attached to it. Let's see
Okay.
what it says.
Let's read. I love that my thing just now went out. Hey, you. Way to go, Stream Elements. You did it.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
I don't think we're supposed to touch it.
Oh.
We should probably leave this one to the seer.
Well, you can touch it. You can touch it anytime you want, Fortame. If you want to touch it, you touch it. Go on. Don't be shy. Just make it happen. The sword, not anything else. Don't take that the wrong way, okay?
I'm sure it's fine as long as it's covered up. But very well. Feel free to do the honors.
Right. I'm gonna touch it. Touch it, touch it, touch it. I'm gonna touch it so good. You watch me, guys. I'm gonna go in there and touch it. Real soft like, real gently. You know, I'm gonna get... Guys, let me get up here and really tell you about it. I'm gonna get up there. I'm gonna touch it. I'm gonna touch that sword real good. Just real soft like with my fingers. I'm gonna do it. I'm actually gonna take the controller off because I feel like it doesn't really work in this game. Anyway, let me get away. What am I doing? All right. It's not like they had any choice in it either, however. Taking slow steps to the altar, I look down at the letter.
Well, what does it say?
Yeah, what does it say? You tell me. I don't know. I knelt down and pulled off the letter, breaking some adhesive. It's from Milas, and he gives us a bit more information. None of us really left Valinor, so guidance is helpful.
Instructions from Milas.
Is that his voice?
Thank
I don't
you
remember.
For following my directions.
Okay.
It's good to know we'll be able to work with each other on this grand endeavor. Hidden inside this package here is the blade we talked about earlier, otherwise known as the Blade of Exodus.
Did he
I'm not
write
sure why
this
it's been given such a name.
between
It was the
visiting him
Triumvirate's choice.
and here?
As soon as you take it, please ensure
Because
that it
that
never leaves your
doesn't
sight.
make
A
any
guide,
sense.
Samira,
I'm just
will be
going to
waiting
point
for
that
you on
out.
Main Street.
He
Peregrino,
beat us here
meet
and
up
then
with Pro,
wrote a
trusted
letter.
ally and longtime rebel. From there, Pro will
How
guide you to
fast
Zale.
is this dude?
Pro might seem a bit incompetent at first.
Okay.
He's simply been following my orders. Having him come here and get you, as Damek originally planned, was much too risky. Instead, I told him to pass time in the tavern until you bring the blade to him.
Oh.
Meet him in the dead of night.
He's calling you
Valinor
slow. He
outskirts to
apparently
retrieve
is
the
calling me
blade and
slow.
Bring it to where you are.
I am a little slow.
This way, no villagers were
Also,
aware, and there was no chance of
this is
complications arising.
changing
Damek will understand
the
final
vision
thing.
a little bit.
I authorize you with
Right?
access to Salzburg.
Like
Now
this
that you
is
know its secrets.
changing the vision.
Feel free to stop there on your
So
journey.
there's something different about this because the dude came to what I can't remember his name, but the big giant muscly man came to Valinor and tried to lead us out, and that's how everybody died. Apparently that changed already. I put the letter in my pocket and look at Fortame and Valessa. It seems that our next objective was clear, much better than before. If Milas simply threw us into the wild, we'd get lost immediately.
The Blade of Exodus. That's a bit of a weird name, isn't it?
Maybe.
Do you think that's the person who made it?
Exodus? That's a weird name, don't you think?
Or maybe it's a title for whoever wields it. You know, something like Seer or Cirrus. What about it? Should we call you Exodus?
No. I like this. No, I'll stick with Nazan.
Yeah, especially if the Triumvirate wants it back. Walking around as Exodus would put a huge target on us.
Yeah, the Triumvirate's like, hey, has anybody seen the Sword of Exodus? And they're like, yeah, there's a guy walking around with a sword, and he's like, I'm Exodus. That's me. Big old Exodus, Leem. That's me all day long. You're looking for Exodus? You found Exodus.
All right. Forget I suggested it. Let's get out of here before we waste too much time.
You got it, buddy Funkins.
Zamira, right?
Zamira. Are we?
I know them. They typically guard the town gate.
Oh, good to know.
No better person to carry out a secret mission in the night.
Perfect.
I'm glad we'll have a guide. I was starting to worry we'd get lost.
Are we not capable of using maps? Is that a thing? I feel like we should be able to use a map.
The LeemThatStreams is proud to support an ongoing donation drive right here on Twitch for the Lemur Conservation Foundation. If you want to support the stream in an awesome way and can afford it, check it out. To learn more, check out the link in chat at theleemurreserve.org.
Potentially. All right, hold on. I just need to make a change. There we go. I nod as the seer. They wouldn't care what I carried. Hey, has anyone seen a giant sword with a gear on it? Yeah, right? Oh, it's not what you think. It's not what you think. But I can understand why they saw an outsider with this blade. Mila's plan of using Zamira was definitely the best course of action. As a venture to Museo, however, some people might stare. But we're going in a group, so I doubt they'd try anything. I pity the fool who picked up a fight with the blade of Exodus. I pity the fool. Carefully unwrap the package. Oh, I'm gonna carefully unwrap that and just really give it the old soft fingery touch. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna get right up in there and just get right up in there. Really get my fingers on that package. And the sight of the weapon causes me to tense up because it's very large. I can almost feel the pain of last night's vision. I don't usually pick fights with people with giant swords. Usually me not either, but whenever I see one, sometimes I'm just like, hey bro, you look like you're a dick. Do you want to fight some? I got a normal size sword. You got that giant sword. I think you're going to be fine. Valessa and Fortame looked down, seeing it for the first time. I exchanged glances with him before my eyes returned to the blade. I grip it for the first time. I give it the old grippy grip. I exchanged glances with him before my eyes returned to the blade. I grip it for the first time. That's when everything changes. Ah! With a blinding flash of white light, I fall back. Landing on the floor, I'm unable to see or move. It wasn't much longer till I came up to breathe. Get a room with the sword? But what? That seems like a very dangerous relationship, and I don't know why a room would have to do with a torch. Listen, I ain't going in a room with a sword. It's a big sword. We'd have to get 2 rooms adjoined, you know, with like the door in between them. That's how that would have to work. I hear Valessa and Fortame call it out to me. But as my senses are robbed, their shouts slowly fade. A series of visions play out before me. And all I can do, I can do little but watch.
You mean this was all just a trap?
No.
No, I don't believe it.
I don't know. Okay, I know who that is. A dangerous relationship to the best kind of relationship. As long as it's consensual or continual damage. Danger, right. I may know who that is.
We will aid you in this fight. But you are no longer a rebellion.
Okay.
Today, you become something much more.
That's me. I am so much more. Can you believe it? I don't know who that is.
Wait! Think about what you are doing.
No.
Us, there is no freedom.
Okay, I kind of know who that is, except for I'm not 100% sure on you. I know who that guy is in them. I don't know. I know who this is. I'm not 100% sure on that guy.
Don't worry. Nothing personal. Just playing with the hand I've been dealt.
I know that voice, but I don't know if I know them. A shadowed man approaches me with a dagger in his hand. I can't fight back. I just watch as the knife sinks into my gut. Soon after, I'm paralyzed on the ground. I can hear him laughing. Well, that seems kind of mean. Oh, I know him. I don't. That was mean, though, shoving a knife in my back. Seems kind of rude. Hold on. Oh, the music got really dramatic all of a sudden there. I gasp for air as I grip the spot where he stabbed me. Well, he didn't really stab me, I'm guessing. I will not tell you anything about what it means. Okay, that's perfect. That's a good idea. In my other hand, I hold the blade of Exodus tightly. I throw it across the room as I slowly regain my breath. They help me to help me rise to a sitting position. The concern on their faces very clear. Thankfully, I'm able to relax as they decide to question me.
What happened?
I don't know. I was kind of in a weird position, you know. The blade, it gave me visions.
Wait, how is that possible?
I have no idea. It's the first time I've ever used it.
Could it have something to do with your energy?
My energy? Amber is the color of your energy.
Valessa, it doesn't matter. For now, we just need to make sure he's safe.
Right. I'm safe. I have a big-ass blade.
Oh, right, sorry. Will you be okay? Can you move?
Well, maybe. I can move back and forth between you two with my head. The sword vibe checked you? It certainly did.
Good. I'm glad to hear. Miles left a change of clothes for you. It was tucked underneath the blade, see?
Why do I need... What are you trying to say? Did I poop myself when the visions happened? Like, was that... Like, when I got stabbed in the vision, did I... like... have an accident? Is that why you want me to change? Because that's kind of awkward if that's the case, and I'm sorry. That wasn't my goal. All right, my bad. She points to the package that held the blade. Resting there is a set of battle-ready clothing. A holster, a scabbard, is built into the back.
Maybe Miles knew that touching it was risky.
Oh yeah, touching it is always risky, guys. You got to be really careful when you touch things like that.
Minimize contact.
It's very, very risky. You got to be very careful with that kind of thing, okay? Just be careful with that kind of stuff. You never know what's going to happen.
Wait, then why didn't he tell us that? Seems like a stupid thing to leave out.
Yeah, it's very stupid. It's very... Also, good news, I'm probably the hardest class, won't have a final, probably because of next semester is what the final would be. Well, that's always nice when you don't have a final. Hopefully it's not a super difficult class, but that's usually nice. Good luck with it, though. Hopefully it goes smoothly. That does seem like a stupid thing.
I guess you have a point.
Well, yeah, a bit.
I'm glad that things are fine. You should go get changed, Seer.
That's Nathan. See, it says right there in your words, but you keep saying it wrong. You really need to learn how to pronounce my name. She tilts her head to an alcove in the back of the grand tree. We're learning how to implement game engine next semester, and we have to make one. Ooh, that sounds fun. I mean, complicated, but it sounds fun. I guess it would provide sufficient privacy, so I grab the clothes. They turn their backs to me as I give an extra gesture of consideration. It looks like a mixture of Valessa's and Fortame's outfit. Made of flexible material, it was clearly ready for a fight. The scabbard is adjustable. I position it for my dominant hand. I prepare the blade for my left-handed access. I am personally right-handed, so I'll probably just go with that. I tilt to the right for easy access to my right hand. Not that I expect to be touching the blade all that often. Oh, I'm gonna touch it. I'm gonna touch it all the time. Every day. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. When the rest of the outfit is on, I walk back out into the open. It's fun when it works, like it's cool, but the process isn't. Yeah, for sure, but hey, everything's part of the process, right? That is, always part of the deal, you know? You'll get through it. You'll get it. Don't you worry about it. Touch that blade all the time. I'm gonna touch it every single day.
Please, do enlighten me. Ooh. Is it some kind of new furry trend to touch sharp objects? Maybe you get a thrill from teasing danger? But alas, I'm afraid I'll have to pass. My delicate paws are far too precious to endure the pain of a sharp blade.
Oh, come on, Theo. I think you can handle it. I think you can handle it. You can handle that blade all night long. I know you can. I've seen you do it. Anyway.
Whoa, that looks really good on you.
Ooh.
A lot more fitting than that fancy dress.
Well, listen, don't you insult my dress, okay? Because I rock that shit. I rock it so hard, okay? You can't ever the dress. It was beautiful. Okay, it was beautiful.
That's everything we need then? I mean, aside from the blade?
Yeah, my blade. We all look where I threw it earlier. Theo, let me tell you about the knife game. It's very safe, and you don't touch the pointy bit if you're good. True. Hopefully you don't. That is the plan. Never touch it. Before we left, I'd have to touch it again. Oh no. Oh no. We're gonna have to touch it again. I could sense the anxiety with my friends.
Look, whatever happens, we're here for you. I doubt it'll be as bad as last time, and you're fine.
You don't know that. I could have an aneurysm and you have no idea. He's like, you're only bleeding from the nose and ears. That's pretty normal. I'd say you're probably just fine. What are you complaining about? All right. Let's see. I doubt it'll be as bad as last time, and you're fine. What if I do have an aneurysm? What if I do? Wouldn't that be really sad of him to say that? He's like, you're fine, and then I just drop dead. He could have worded it a bit better, but there was truth to it. It was such a shock last time that I didn't expect it at all. But I was the seer of Valenorth. I was meant to wield this blade. I slowly walk towards it, kneeling down when I get there. Famous last words, I'm fine. Whatever happens this time, I wouldn't let it control me. As I grab it, I remind myself that I am one with the spirits. Oh, okay. That happened again. I still can move, breathe, and sense my surroundings. Deep within me, I feel a connection defying explanation. It's beautiful, and I try to stay this way forever. Unfortunately, the feeling soon turns into something more. A matter of seconds, the source of beauty is one of fright. I quickly sheathe the blade and prevent any damage. Whatever it was, doing it for too long would hurt me. It seemed that using this weapon would require some practice.
Well, that looked fine to me. You didn't end up on the floor at least.
I'm gonna go with this one because it's honest. I don't want to lie about it.
Whoa, really? My list was right then. It takes strength. Remind me not to touch that thing anytime soon.
Oh no, Fortame. You're gonna touch it all the time. Every day. Never mind.
I'm curious to learn more about it.
Oh yeah? You want to learn more about it?
Who made it?
Yeah?
Hopefully we figure that out along the way.
Oh, we will. We definitely will. Both of you.
So, should we get going?
Yes, we should probably have already left.
Is there anything else we need to do?
Oh, there's so many things we can do. So many. I don't know.
We're supposed to meet Zamira on Main Street, but we should save that until we're ready to leave. One last look around Valenorth couldn't hurt.
It could. It literally could.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. Wouldn't want to leave anything behind.
Yeah, we shouldn't. I don't know if I have anything else to go get, but I could. A new future party banter and has been unlocked. Oh. Following this text box, a brief tutorial will display. Perfect. Previous areas of Valenorth have been updated. Oh, you can now talk to your party members. They can also talk amongst themselves. Icons in top right show which combination of characters looking to talk. Which one of them, 2 icons to listen in. Perfect. You can now leave Valenorth via the world map. Aren't you preparing for an invasion? I think one last look might be dangerous. I think that might be true. Clicking the icon near the exit will meet up with Zamira. Oh. The icon leading to Main Street will function as normal. Oh, okay. Got it. So I've got this thing, also these. So I should do this first. Shane won! All right, Shane it is. Shane paced around in his prison cell, feeling the walls, looking for any structural weaknesses, anything he could use. He's been here for too long, and the isolation was messing with him.
Come
Whoa,
on,
Shane, hey!
You were supposed to break out of here ages ago.
Yeah.
This mission is a bust. Dominic must be worried sick.
He probably is. If you were supposed to break out ages ago, you're late. You're very, very late, and I think you should be ashamed of yourself. I don't know what just happened. He disappeared. He's so ashamed he disappeared. He knocked on the wall of the cell and found nothing. He'd been here ever since Dominic assumed control of the rebellion. His objective was to get caught on purpose and scan their castle. But his intel would do little good if it was his final resting place.
Come on, you need to do this.
Okay.
Nobody else has come through here and lived.
Now,
you're gonna be the first, Shane. I know it.
That seems like bad damic when Shane gets back. You're late. This isn't what I paid you for. Yeah, no more. You're getting nothing. You violated our agreement. Shane, if nobody has ever come through here and lived, this seems like a bad mission for you. I think Damic may have been trying to tell you something. Did you ask him out on a date one too many times and he kept saying no? And then finally you're like, all right, well, if I do this, you're gonna go out on a date with me, right? And he's like, yeah, I bet you could pull it off. A voice sounds from the doors of the prison. Savi enters, laughing at what he just witnessed.
Looks like you're taking this worse than I thought.
Uh-oh.
I need to talk with you, Shane.
I could see it. That would be hilarious. I need to talk with you, Shane, so... Ooh. Why come close?
And what makes you think I'll listen?
We haven't yet broken out the torture. But trust me, you're walking a fine line.
Well, that is a pretty good threat.
Whatever, just make it quick. I hate the sound of your voice. That, and I was enjoying my time alone.
Oh yeah? What were you doing?
You really don't care whether you live or die. Good. I like that in a potential soldier of mine.
Me too.
Wait, what?
Name your weapon proficiencies.
Do it. Tell him all about your proficiencies.
You're the one who caught me, Sovi. You should know full well what weapons I use.
Well, maybe he doesn't remember. He's had a busy schedule.
I said proficiencies. Remember how easily I took you down?
Ouch. That's a big ouch right there. That's a big Yeah, you better watch out. He burned you.
Fine. I'm good with a bow. I can play with daggers too, but not as well. Just give me some arrows and point to a target.
Okay. Point at his face. What if I did this? Do it. Oh, you don't have a bow. Okay. Shane felt a sense of hope rise within him. If Savi tried to recruit him, he could gain more intel. It wouldn't be hard to miss his shots on purpose. Unfortunately, his hopes were immediately destroyed.
Good. I'll have no problem finding you a bow. We're leaving on a mission, so follow me. You'll be seeing your allies sooner than you thought.
Well, that is what is the plan here? This seems really weird.
Wait, are you smiling? Shane, I don't think you know what's happening. Taking you with me? This is your punishment.
Well, he gets to look at that nice little six-pack you got going on there. It's not that big of a deal. You know, he might be like, oh, well, you know, I love to watch you from behind, so it's fine with me.
Huh?
Huh?
Yes.
¿Por qué?
I'll line up a few of your allies. Then you'll show me how well you handle a bow. If you don't obey, I'll make you suffer.
Savi being with you is never a punishment. He is pretty cute. You know, he might be evil as fuck, but he does have a nice face. I'll give him that.
And if you do obey, well, your friends will think you've defected. They'll give up all hope of rescuing you.
Oh. Well, I'm not sure if this is the best laid out plan, but good for you, buddy.
Then I can keep you here as long as I like. I know you may not fear death, Shane, which is why I'll give you something far worse.
Uh-oh.
Now, come with me. There's much to discuss. And remember what will happen if you disobey. It's time to realize that you belong to me.
And his deep V. All right, that was fun. Why is it still there? Oh, is it? Oh, because it's green now. Okay, I couldn't see it because they put a green check mark in the green environment. I was like, what is going on there? You two want to have a conversation, do you? Let's hear it.
It's so beautiful inside the Grand Tree.
You're right. It is
They
gorgeous.
let the scribe in training come here. I wish I had more time to spend in Valenorth.
Right. Why? You could just walk up here. Like, it's not that far. It didn't take, well, maybe it took us a long time because the guy beat us here, but whatever.
Actually, that's not a scribe in training rule. It was more like a Fortum rule.
Why? What did he do?
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. Would you have eaten the tree because you're a rabbit?
You're not exactly a quiet person.
Oh.
It's a sacred place.
Okay.
And silence is essential.
Why didn't you tell me? I would have been quiet, I promise. Just like when I go to the library.
Are you quiet in the library? Can't he just say he's being forced to do it? Maybe, but it would probably be hard to accept that if you're like shooting bows into people, you know, arrows into people's heads. It might be a little hard to believe, but I guess it's possible.
Hey, I don't make up the rules. But honestly, I wish I would have fought it. I didn't realize our time here would be so limited.
Well, you were wrong, and you should be ashamed of yourself, just like that look implies.
I thought we'd be here until we were old and gray. But to think that Valenorth would just be a small face? You're not the only one who has regrets, Fortin.
I got tons of regrets. You want to hear my list? So many.
You were allowed inside? I was kept out because of my big mouth?
That is pretty big. They're not wrong. Look at the size of that thing. And them teeth.
Well, I guess I'm the only one to blame. I'll try to watch my mouth from now on.
Yeah. Or you can let somebody else watch it for you. No one here, though. Definitely not anyone here.
I give you 10 minutes, tops.
He's not a top. There's no way. I'm sorry, you're absolutely wrong. Absolutely not. There's no way.
Hey!
Yeah, see, he agrees. There's no way. What's happening? Oh, that's over. I guess we're done here. They did say something about, what am I doing? They did say something about the map being done. Is this some, wait, hold on. Without a doubt, the most impressive sight in Valenorth. No one knows just how high the Grand Tree grows, but the bottom is hollow and easily accessed. It became a sacred ground for the seers and scribes to meet.
Mark my words, seer.
That's me.
I'm going to climb the Grand Tree. It's my calling. I can feel it.
All right, you better get going, though. You better start now. All right, I'm going to go in here again. Right. Oh, I can't. Can I not go back in? How do I do that? What if I... Oh, I see. Okay. I want to see if there's anything in here I wanted to look at. Isn't that a spirit idol, but it looks similar to one. Perhaps the energy is present caused the small one to grow. It seems to defy physics, floating and rotating. The perpetual motion is actually entrancing. Good point. What's over here? A faint glow comes from the back of the Grand Tree, probably an indicator of spiritual energy inside. But after what Milas told us, I wouldn't know much is left. Probably none. Okay. I didn't really look around to see if there was anything else in here, so I just wanted to make sure. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at our map. So if I go back to, because they said that the map had been updated. So if I go back to like places we had been, am I going to see, nope, nothing new here. I wanted to see if there was anything new anywhere before I go anywhere. There is. Okay.
So, this might be the last time we see the town square. Is there anything we should do before we go?
What are you implying?
I guess one last drink would be nice. The water from Valenorth is always so pure. Want to share some with me, Valessa?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's all drink water together.
Sure. We can use the cups I left here earlier. I was just finishing my water run when we all met up.
Perfect. What if somebody used it while we were
what
gone?
Should we toast to?
Water? We're gonna toast water? I feel like that's weird.
Toast?
Could we toast to toast? You want to toast to toast? That's kind of boring, Valessa.
Yeah, and this is a big day, right? We should probably drink to something, especially if it's the last time we might be here.
Oh, let's see.
All right. What do you got?
What about new beginnings?
Wait, Fortum didn't know
like
she had
playing with
cups?
friends.
Well, not those cups, Jojo. Of course not. Of course not.
What about new beginnings with friends? I think that's rather fitting for us.
Sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
No beginnings with friends. May our bonds
never
never break. But not those cups, Jojo. The cups that she brought for water. Not the ma'ams, ma'am, but the water cups. What am I doing? Oh. Oh, I've already done this. Go. Okay. I've already done this. I don't need to do it again. I'll do that.
Ugh, that's disgusting.
I know you think that. And you had those water cups. Anyway, he was trying to get a kiss. Maybe he was trying. He didn't do it, though. I'm going to go to Main Street. Is there anything new? Okay, they don't have anything. No, they do have something.
Hey, Fortum.
Yes?
Remember those apples you used to love?
Yes.
Yeah, how could I forget? You can't get them anymore, though. The Triumvirate put a trading ban on Mazeo.
Those damn Triumvirate.
Remember that time I tricked you? I painted a bunch of rocks red and put them in a basket. I told you the trading ban was lifted. You were ecstatic.
Did you break his teeth with rocks? That would be horrible.
Yeah, and that was really mean. My parents used to give them to me before, you know. That made me cry more than you'd think.
I wouldn't admit that. I probably wouldn't admit that because you probably broke a tooth or something when he was like, oh, an apple crunch, and there's
Yeah, and I just wanted to apologize. This whole ordeal has me thinking about the past. I wish I spent my time in Valinor a bit better.
He probably broke a few teeth. He might have. What if like his two front teeth are like fake? That would be hilarious. And like later he's like, you know, I gotta clean my teeth. Hold on. And just pulls like the two front teeth out and he's like, get them brushed out. And that's pretty funny.
Oh, well, I accept your apology. Better late than never, right?
Make her work for it, Fortame. Make her work for it. Don't just accept it.
Once we get to Mazeo, I'll buy you some for real. An apology is lame. I'm gonna make up for what I did.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Okay. You two are budding romance right before me. I love it. What is happening? Oh, that's over. Okay. I still gotta go look at other things because there's other things like my house. My house is open. And also, did I go to my... Yeah, I did. Okay, so there's nothing happening here. It's just me and Bunny. Why does Bunny walk like that? That's really weird. Okay, so I think that's everything that I can do. I'm going to save there for now, and then we'll just get back to the... Is that how you do that? No. Yes. Okay. All right. So, I guess we go to the Great Tree. No, the exit. That's where I go because I've done from what I know I can do here. So here I go. We head back to Main Street in search of Zamira. The Blade of Exodus is strapped to my back and it's heavy. Glances from the townspeople show that they're aware of this artifact. However, being who I am, they raise no concerns to my face.
So, Valessa, do you see him anywhere? I don't know what he looks like, so this is on you.
Yeah, sorry, I'll point him out.
Uh-huh.
I'm just not used to the villagers staring like this.
Well, it is a little weird.
Stand out, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Or maybe they're just admiring our good looks. Come on, Valessa, don't be so uptight. Nobody knows what this blade can do. Let him stare.
I'm gonna let them stare all they want. They can stare at whatever they want to look at. Is there something they're like, yeah, that's what I like to see? Oh, I don't have that anymore. Okay, never mind. I was gonna do something funny, but I don't have that anymore. She gives Fortame no response as she scans the area. It's true, they could stare, but they didn't know. To them, it was just a cool sword, something new. Valenorth could be pretty
only the cool
stagnant
kids join the conspiracy
and short
on
of an
Discord.
excitement.
So, I can see why you are not there. Just saying.
All right. I eat.
Wait, I see him.
You do? Where? She points to a man standing near my house. He has a back against it and taps his foot on the ground. I knew he knew where I lived. Milas must have told him.
Hey, Zamira, how's your watch going?
How is that watch going? Good? Is it like a wristwatch or is it like an Apple Watch? Because those are kind of hard to get right now, and they're kind of expensive. His ears perked up and he starts to approach us. A huge smile on his face quickly closes the distance.
Hey, Valessa. Long time no see. Can't complain. Things are pretty much the same. This is the most excitement I've had in years.
Hi. Are you a deer? Or like a dog deer? This is really confusing. I can't tell if it's a dog deer or you're cute, but you have antlers. Theo, this guy is trying to give you a run for your money here, buddy. I'm just gonna say, you better watch out there. He looks me up and down before staring at the blade. Something told me he wouldn't stay quiet like the villagers.
Whoa, that thing looks pretty cool.
He's a cool deer? Nice.
Didn't get to see it. You'll have to tell me more as we head to Peregrino.
I will not. I don't know anything about it. It's just there. And I can swing it, kind of, but I'm told I can touch it. I'm not supposed to touch it though, but I will. I definitely will. Anyway.
Wait, hold on. I have a few questions to ask.
You always do. I'm not surprised about this, okay? Fortame, always with the questions. Always. Just one after the other. Never ends.
Sure. Let's walk and talk.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, we're on a schedule.
Are we? Because no one told me. I've just been meandering around town all afternoon. He points towards the gate leading to Valenorth. Fortame speaks his mind as we start walking over.
So, you know what's coming, right? I just need to make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah, it's going to be so many orgies and...
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, you don't have to say it like that.
But Milas has a plan to keep everyone safe, and at the very least, we have a few days to prepare.
All right, let's do it.
I'm confused, though. He knew about this attack, and from what he said, he's known for a while. Why give up Valenorth? Why not fortify and prepare?
Well, it's probably complicated.
Actually, I heard something about that.
Okay.
The leader of the rebels had a vision. Apparently, that blade is more than just a weapon.
He doesn't want the orgies. I know, I was very sad about that. I said it and he got really sad, really out of nowhere.
Wait. Other people can use it then?
Yes, me. And possibly, you can touch it all you want.
No one else has tried, to be honest. But in his vision, he saw the triumvirate fall. The cost was clear. Valenorth fell as well.
Who says they both need to happen? We could take them down without abandoning Valenorth. Isn't it a little short-sighted to do something like that?
It could be, but, well, the vision is a vision.
We don't really know for sure, Valessa, but it sure makes sense to replicate what he saw. That way, the rebellion's victory is guaranteed.
Okay, but that seems pretty dramatic. What if we just walked out and never came back, and then the triumvirate would be like, it sucks, our sword's gone.
Besides, Milas will evacuate everyone that's willing. Valenorth can be resettled in the future. I know it. I just worry about those who don't buy into the story.
They would be dumb, and we'd be better off for not having them.
What do you mean?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, some people will be stubborn. We can't force them to leave. We just encourage it. Those that stay behind, well, there's nothing we can do.
Fair enough.
That's true.
They're idiots.
And it lines up with the vision. The seer mentioned that lots of villagers...
Maybe it's like multiple choice thing. You can either destroy Valenorth or Triumvirate. We'll see. Maybe it will be. Or maybe the third choice will be everybody has a grand old party together. Everybody has an orgy. And that saves everyone, including the Triumvirate. They yell out in unison, about how much they want the orgy at the same time.
Ourselves, Valessa. There's no point wasting time on something we can't change. Let's get away from these prying ears. I have some more news.
Great. He smiles as we approach the exit of Valinor. News in our current situation that does not sound promising. But with curiosity piqued, we follow Zamira with haste. You're about to visit the Valinor region map. Story flow of the area is the same as before. However, you now have access to optional side areas. These are indicated by question marks near the map icon. Alrighty. Hey, we've got a place, East Crown. Where am I at right now? I am here. Alrighty, I can do East Crown. There's supposed to be question marks. I don't see any question marks. I think we're going here, but I would have to go here first, or I can go to East Crown, it seems like. But why would I go to East Crown? And what's East Crown again? I don't think I remember what East Crown is. I'm gonna save. Hold on. And then maybe go to East Crown, because it's open. I'd hate not to go. Taking a small detour, we decide to check out East Crown. The cold is overwhelming, so we huddled by torchlight.
Oh my gosh, this is intense. I've heard the stories, but I thought they were exaggerating. We shouldn't stay here too long. I feel like I'm gonna die.
Well, you've got to be a little bit more tough than that, Bunny Bunkins. And if you don't, then, you know, we're just going to have to leave you behind. And I'd hate it.
Fortum, don't be so dramatic. I'm sure we have time to examine the area. Just don't go in any further, all right?
You got it.
Yeah, I guess so. Sorry. Look, I can see my breath. How cool is that?
I mean, not that cool, but, I mean, that means it's cool. It means it's actually cool. It's literally cool.
I'll admit, that is pretty cool. Barely out of Valinor and already seeing new stuff. I'm guessing it has something to do with the cold?
You would be right, and you paid attention in, weather school. You paid attention in weather class. You know, in school, when you go to class and they're like, it's time to learn nothing but weather. Screw math, screw science. We're just going to learn about how snow falls and what is rain made of. Nobody knows. It's a mystery.
It's insane.
You're insane. Don't you?
I can't.
Oh my God, I love weather class. It is the best class.
Their power.
Remember when they were like, hey, have you ever seen a cloud? They're incredible. Nobody knows what they're made of. They're made of mysteries and things that science can't understand.
If Milas is right, then this is Valinor's future. It's only setting in now that I see it for myself. There must be something we can do to save our village.
It didn't seem that far away. Like, it was probably the closest thing. Like, we're probably gonna walk further from Valinor to get the Pellegrino, which is a water, fuzzy water, but that seemed further than this. Unless the map is not to scale.
I sure hope so. Let's take a quick look around. It'd be dangerous to stay here for too long.
All right. Let's see the sights. You know, maybe we can go skiing. Does anybody want to get some hot chocolate? That sounds delicious. Let's do it. He inches closer to the torch to keep himself warm. But Lessa and I don't seem to be too bothered and start looking around. Cold shoulder. There is literally nothing here. There's a book here somewhere. It could be anywhere, though. I don't see no book on the... Okay, slightly covered in snow. I'm not sure why it's there, but I decided to take a look. Any information about East Crown would be helpful to us.
Hey, are you sure you should be taking that?
No, but gonna do it anyway.
It was covered in snow, Fortum. Whoever owned it probably forgot about it already.
Wait,
Besides,
hold on.
It might contain some useful information.
Wait, hold on. Ooh, hot chalky. I just noticed Valessa knows what snow is, but has no idea how cold works. That's weird to me.
I guess you're right. But at least put it back when you're done with it.
No.
I don't want to get in trouble if the owner does come looking.
No, it's mine now. I'm never giving it up. You can't make me.
All right, you have a deal. So, Seer, what does it say?
I don't know. I can't read. What are you thinking? Do you think the Seer can read? That's not what they trained me for. You guys are the ones that has to do all the writing and stuff.
Mysterious journal.
All right.
This is it. I've finally done it. For the last 10 years, I've been training my body to handle East Crown's cold climate. At the start, I could barely make it a few feet without having to stop. But now, I can almost last an entire day before I need to back out.
Yeah, usually when there's books on the snow, owners don't come back. You're right, they generally don't. It's usually up for keepers.
I'm planning one
losers weepers.
These icy mountains.
And
I know I'll find the truth. I'll see off my wife and child tomorrow and leave my journal by the entrance. Should I make it out of this alive, the following pages will be filled with wonders and revelations upon my return. We will finally understand.
How do you figure?
The pages are empty.
How do you figure? That's kind of sad, actually. If you really think about that, kind of sad. Is that it? We're not gonna have any more to say about that? All right, well, I got the book. What's that? There's a flag here, but I'm unsure what it signifies. Perhaps somebody made it that far before giving up. Don't do that far. I don't blame him. I'm already wanting to leave. I don't think he's coming back. I don't think he is either. It's really sad. We got this up here. The mountains go up so high, it's amazing. It's a shame that nobody will ever reach the top. Well, you say that now, but maybe we aren't meant to find out what East Crown's secrets. Maybe we're not. Maybe not. What is this? I take a few steps down the trail, but immediately turn back. It actually hurts to breathe. I didn't know nature could be so hostile. I shrug and I turn back to my friends. We may never know East Crown's secrets. We may never know. Oh, okay. Valessa and Fortame are huddled beside the torch. Truth be told, I was cold as well. This place is intense. I finally understand why it's remained unmapped for so long.
Hey, move it, Valessa. You're hugging all the heat.
Okay, guys, if you're gonna be like this, we're gonna turn this thing right back around and go back to Northreach or whatever it is, our home, because we're not gonna fight this whole way. And if you're gonna be little brats about it, then we're turning this car right back around and we're gonna go home. Oh, let me tell you, Ventura is way more hostile than that.
No way. Your outfit is much warmer than mine.
How do you figure?
It doesn't matter. Do you want me to die or something?
Well, you might not want it. You may not like the answer to that question.
Are you sure you want the answer to that question?
Hey, we're on the same page. Me and Valessa on the same page. I like that. What? They continue arguing as I walk away from the torch. We probably shouldn't spend too much time in East Crown. We have a long journey ahead. We can't succumb to the cold. Well, we could, but I don't know if it's how cold could it possibly be? Okay, we're here again. So I'm gonna go to this place because it looks like I have to go here first before I do this, so let's go. We enter the outskirts of Valenorth and take in deep breaths. The air is so fresh and pure, it's almost hard to explain. However, our enjoyment is hindered by Zamira's worried look.
Well, what's the news? Is everything okay, Zamira?
Yeah. Open up, Zamira. Tell us your secrets, your dirty little secrets, because we're going to find out whether you want to tell us or not.
I guess everything is fine.
Okay.
Technically.
You don't sound
it's just
that
something I need to tell you in private. The villagers will have enough on their plates tonight.
Like food? Is it a feast? Also, we're out of town. Cold enough for diggy breath? Exactly. I want to know, how much more private could we get?
So it's something that affects them too?
I think that's what he's implying. Yes, I think that's pretty much what he's implying. I'm pretty sure.
More than that, actually. Look, I'll be completely honest with you. I'm sure Valenorth will be resettled in the future.
Okay.
I'm glad you think so, Zamira. I was starting to worry about everything. It seems like Milas has everything under control.
I bet there's a big but in that sentence, buddy.
Yeah, about that, This is where it gets a little awkward. You see, he didn't really tell you everything.
Okay, I really like the artwork of this character. There's something really like classically cartoony about this character design and like the eyes, maybe it's the eyes, but there's something really good about the artwork there.
What? Really?
Yes.
This is starting to get pretty overwhelming. He seemed pretty open. What was he hiding? I don't think I can handle another revelation.
All right, let's hear it.
It was probably too embarrassing for him to admit, but he doesn't really want to lead Valenorth anymore. He told me when he gets to Mazeo, he's staying for good.
Oh, that is some bullshit.
That can't be true.
That's some bullshit.
He was doing such a good job.
He was doing the best job.
He was.
Right.
I understand where he's coming from. It's possible to be good at something you don't enjoy. He deserves a fresh start, a pursuit of his own choosing.
Okay, I can understand that. We can't hold him to it.
I guess so. Then what about resettling Valenorth? Who'd be in charge when that happens?
Fortame? Do you want a promotion?
People would migrate back too slowly. We'd be in no shape to hold a formal election. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but that means...
Bingo.
Bingo. Did you get the cross or just the straight up and down? Which one?
The seer.
No. He's just like MatPat. I did hear about that. I actually watched a little bit of that video today. I was going to talk about that. Actually, okay, so I actually, I'm happy for him. I think being somebody, especially like I'm actually older than MatPat, so I can understand where he's coming from. Like doing your life, everything that kind of comes with it, especially when you get to a certain age, it does become a lot harder to do stuff like that. And I can totally understand where he's coming from. He has a family. He probably was working a little too much, and finding that balance is a good thing. So good for him, really good for him. I think the channel will be fine. I think that maybe there will be an initial drop off, but I'm happy for him. I hope he does find something fulfilling and is able to transition the best he possibly can. I'm happy for him, but damn, it's gonna be weird seeing the channel without him. Yeah, I mean, you know, they used to do like game theory episodes with another guy every once in a while, and those work fine. I think that like, you know, I think Tom's the one taking over game theory, right? Tom, the British guy. I think he's the one going to take over, and I think he'll do fine. You know, it's the kind of channel where if it is written correctly, and I don't think MatPat did all the writing anymore anyway. So I think that if it's written well, that, you know, having somebody with a new voice might be good for it. I mean, we all have to realize that that's going to happen with everyone. I'm fully, like, I have to tell you, I fully expect, Markiplier at some point to stop doing what he's doing, especially if, like, let's say the movie thing goes well, and you know what I mean, like let's say what is it, the Iron Lung movie does well and he gets more opportunities to do stuff like that, there's no way he'd be able to do what he does now. So I feel like, you know, we're getting to this point where there's probably several creators of that of that type of group that
you must
might
be
have
a big
to do that.
fan of Red and Link, huh? Well, I hate to rain on your parade, but even they might retire someday. Can you imagine a world without their quirky antics and will it challenges?
Yes.
Don't worry, I'm sure there'll be plenty of other furry YouTubers to fill the void. Maybe even better ones.
Maybe. That's true though, like there will be other people who come along. I think that like we're in a weird era of YouTube where I think that like some of the old guard are probably gonna start fading out or leaving or finding their next step in lives, and that's perfectly fine.
Does somebody want to fill me in?
No, I don't. Well,
matters.
Do I?
Valenorth's future.
Depends on what you mean by that.
With no elder, they're under the jurisdiction of the seer. Believe it or not, he gets to choose the next leader.
Ooh, that's a lot of responsibility. But I could see Jacksepticeye leaving too. I could see that. He's been kind of like, you know, I mean, he's been back for now, but he's been kind of off and on for a little while now. And, you know, At some point, these guys are going to end. I'm not sure if people will come up through the ranks and take over their spots and do what they do. I think we're like Let's Play people, like game theory, film theory, that's ready made for YouTube. I don't know if like Let's Play groups will stick to that kind of format anymore because of like the rise of Twitch and all that. Or like YouTube live streaming, that seems to be more that style now. So it's really hard to see like who would take over that role, but you never know. You never know.
A contingency plan for special cases like this. The only condition is that you can't choose yourself. Your duty and role in Valorant is already well established.
Perfect. I wouldn't want to lead anyway. That would be a bad decision on anyone's part.
Take your time, evaluate the candidates, and think about it. Again,
all right.
It's not really bad news. It's just another change.
Okay.
There's really nothing to think about, though. Choose me, then I won't be the third wheel anymore. We can be a trio and work together all the time.
Wow, okay. That's a little shameless promotion. It's sad seeing YouTubers I've watched since I was 13 retiring, but it's awesome that they can. Yeah, no, that's really cool. I'm glad that people like MatPat can like retire at 37. Are you freaking kidding me? I ain't gonna retire. I couldn't retire at 37. I didn't retire at 37. I'm not retiring anywhere near that. So that's amazing that that kind of thing is something they can afford to do and can do it. And that's amazing. I know he's going to continue to work for the channel to some degree, but yeah, that's pretty freaking amazing. And I'm really happy for him. And I hope that whatever comes next is really fulfilling for him. I know he gets a lot of shit. Like, I think that and I think he gets shit for things that are really dumb. Like, he kind of gets shit for being kind of corny, and he is. He's very corny, but it's worked for him, obviously. And I think he also, like, what was it? There was, yeah, it's wild to have made such an impact on so many people. Exactly. Like, for people who like say he's corny or like weird or funny or like not funny or things like that, like, yeah, okay, he's so unfunny. Yeah, he's kind of corny. He's so corny to like over 30 million overall subscriptions on YouTube. So I guess he'll probably take that. The other thing I saw, and I don't know how many people watch this, but I watch a guy named Big Joel, who's more of like a video essay philosopher type thing. He did a video on MatPat and game theory and film theory and stuff like that. And he wasn't too impressed with MatPat's process. And there were some things in that video that I actually agreed with. But I would say that to Little Joel or Big Joel's credit, he did say in the video that he has no problem with MatPat whatsoever. He just didn't like these particular videos and the process that they use, but he didn't think MatPat was a bad person or anything like that. But that was kind of the thing. So I've seen that. Are there criticisms to anything, you know, game theory has done? Probably. There probably is a lot of them, but it doesn't matter because, like I said, whether you like the game theories or you like the theories they make, or if you agree with their FNAF takes or not, you cannot deny that whatever they've done or said has made them successful, and they've gotten a lot more views than any of us have. So that's true.
Hey now, let's not jump to conclusions. I think I'd be a fine candidate for elder.
Wow, you guys are really jumping at this, aren't they? Look at this. These guys are vying for leadership roles just like that.
Oh my, I should have expected this. Sorry to put you in an awkward situation.
I really like his artwork. I really do. It's great. Why do they both want to be leader? I'm sitting here like, as long as it's not me, that's fine.
It's only awkward if Valessa makes it awkward.
Okay, you guys are like children. These two are like my children.
Whatever.
I'm literally like the older brother to the two children walking around here. They cross their arms and turn away from each other. You know what? I have a solution. I have a solution for this. Guys, I want you to go into the forest and I want you to make out until you are better. They kind of assumed you would pick them. They might have assumed that. I might be like, nah, screw you guys. I'm going to pick this dude because I really like his artwork. I really do. I'm going to pick it just because I'm picking you just because of that. Fighting over an opening was only revealed a second ago. I can understand their passion, but we need unity right now. I love his art. I do too. I really love it. And it's gorgeous.
This might not be relevant for years to come. There's no need to argue about this. Stay focused. We have a really important job on our hands, you know?
Yeah, I do have lots of important things in my hands right now. And feet. They didn't respond and simply retained their pose. Their passion for Valenorth is admirable, but intrusive. We had a clear goal and now things were getting muddied.
None of you know where Peregrino is, right?
Nope.
If I start walking without you, you'll get lost.
Perfect. You should do that.
Minutes, but I'm on a schedule.
What schedule? Would you like to share? Do you have an itinerary we should be following? When is lunch? The threat makes them both turn back around.
Good. That's what I thought. Take a few moments to talk amongst yourselves. But when you're ready to go, we need to move as fast as we can.
Are we running? Because that seems like that could... I need to stretch my hamstrings or else I'm going to have a problem.
All right.
Lunch is the most important thing.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Zamira rests against a nearby tree and lets out a loud sigh. He was just relaying the information. The fallout wasn't his to deal with. We have a few minutes to spare. I should make the most of it. Oh, I got so many things. So many things. Let's go see what this guy's up to. Look, Shane and already no one's complaining about him. I know, right? Where's Shane? Oh, Damek 4. We've done 4 Dameks already? Damek returned to the surface with Grease at his side. The older man took a deep breath, enjoying a fresh air. A little stuffy down there, but they could make do.
Digging tunnels underneath their own church. I guess it makes sense. Nobody really comes here. Museo isn't exactly known for its pious people.
True. And you're not one of them, I guarantee it.
Easy to get away with.
Hi.
Though I have to say, it's
wow.
Ironic.
I'm just saying, I called this game Deep V the Simulator for a reason. That's my name for this game, is Deep V Simulator. You're old, apparently? Okay, Daddy. Is your name Grease? I'm going to start calling you Daddy. That's what we're going to call you.
A bit poetic, isn't it? Maybe after this, we can settle in their castle.
Perfect. With Daddy? Can Daddy come with us?
One step at a time. Let's not get carried away. I'll write them and let them know what we found. After all these years, I'm not sure how to feel.
You got it.
Relieved, with a side of being terrified. At least that's how I feel about all of this.
Giz more like Dilf. A little bit. He's got the deep V Simulator is living up to its promise right there. Like literally, if you look at this right here, like they're covering it with this like word bubble, but there don't seem to be much. Never mind.
We always assumed that was the idol at the altar. It was always so dim. We just thought that it was dying, but it was receiving power from something deep underground. It's nice to know that the theories were correct.
There's a way to hide. I forgot it how, or there's a way to hide it. Oh, really? I bet there is actually. Oh well, we'll figure it out at some point if there is a. Oh, I almost did it.
Lost cause is their pursuit of conquest. Let them know what you found. Let's get things started.
What are you planning, Damek?
What are you planning, you wily, whatever you are?
I'll let you know tomorrow if everything goes well.
Okay.
I have to prepare for the arrival of our special guest, but trust me, I've put a lot of thought into this plan.
You've earned my trust.
Daddy. Grizz nods before leaving the church. Damek, now alone, approaches the altar. He smiles as he places a hand upon it.
It won't be long until the Triumvirate sends their forces. If I'm lucky, they might even come to see it for themselves.
His smile turns into more of a sinister smirk.
Right now, they're busy with Valenorth. But by the time they reroute, my army will be in place.
Oh, you know, nothing serious, just a revolution. Daddy's trust is the most informant trust. Yes, it's the most important trust. All right, that was cool. Let's see what this guy is up to. He's evil, right? Howlin' one.
Yeah, you, watching. I see you. If you have not hit follow,
all right, we'll do that.
Why not just do it?
Yeah, why not? If you haven't done it, why have you not done it? What's wrong with you? If you haven't done it, listen, if you haven't done it, you need to do it right now. You need to be doing that right this second. You heard him. The bunny does not lie. You do it right now or else you're going to get a spanking, mister. You're going to get a big old spanking if you haven't done it yet, okay? Moving on. Halen finally caught up with his master. He was slightly out of breath, having run a great distance. Jump scare! Ah! It worked. It worked. Hello, Milo. How are you doing? Joke's on you. I intimidate that.
Oh, is that a typo or are you revealing way too much information? Come on, don't be shy. Share more about your intimate escapades.
Right.
Or maybe, just maybe, you meant to say into that. But hey, I'm not here to judge.
Oh, wow. I think, was he spot on? Wait, Jojo, was he spot on? I'm curious if he was spot on about that. That would be amazing. How are you doing, Milo? Hope you had a good day. Wonderful time. I'm still really shocked right now. That's kind of weird. He finally caught up to his master. He was slightly out of breath, having run a great distance. My screen's gone. Uh-oh. That's not what I meant. He was? Oh my god. Wow. Wow, Theo hitting on you? That's pretty good. But his annoyance was outweighed by anything. He was lied to.
Sophie, explain yourself immediately.
Oh. He's all, oh, Windows, my favorite game. It is the best game, but very buggy, very buggy. Oh no, I've been new. It's cold out. Do you not see the snow? Do you not see the snow? Do you not, what are you trying to, ah! Do you not see the snow out there? I'm gonna freeze. My nipples are gonna get cold. Okay, my nipples are gonna get frozen. Hello, Hi-Fi, happy birthday. Big happy birthday. How are you? Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you guys haven't seen, it is Hi-Fi Wolf's birthday today. You should be giving them the old birthday love. If you haven't done that, give them that old here. Let's do this really quick. Give him the old birthday love, love, love. Oh, I'm doing the dance behind the screen. Oh no.
You really have to see it. 6 feet.
I'm just gonna dance behind your clip there. Oh, he busting it down. I know, right?
Nightstar 29.
Oh.
Goddamn Creed, how did you miss it?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
No, not Jojo. It's Hi-Fi Wolves, not One Up Milo. But close. Very close. Anyway, I'm still cold. My nipples are getting really hard. You can't see them because they're covered, but they're really stiff right now. They're cold. I mean, hey, I'll take it. A dance on my birthday. Not gonna deny it, bro. Fair enough. Okay, I need to be over here. Hey, look, I kind of got this game. This game is Deep V the game, and if you really look, I also have a bit of a deep V going on there, so I'm really into this right now. I've got it going. Hello, Mala, what's going on? This guy looks pissed.
Look who decided to grace us with their presence.
Oh, hey, Mala found it. I'm good. What's this game? It's called
don't expect
Winds
any
of
accolades
Change.
from me. Your arrival
Did
is
you
about
watch
as
us
exciting
play
as watching paint dry. But hey,
Coma Rebby a while back?
Rolls
Jokes
eyes.
aside, always good to see you, bro. No, it's good to see you guys, as always. Do you ever see Coma Rebby when we played it? It's by the same person. So, it's made by the same people. It's basically the same idea. This guy is mad, though. I should probably find out why.
Oh, did I really say that? I'm sorry. I must have gotten carried away with our prisoner. How did your meeting with the triumvirate go, Halen?
Wait, what did you do? Did you do something to the prisoner? You think so? You might have. It's kind of similar. It's kind of similar style, but you know, similar style. He's really feeling sad right now. Oh, wait, no, he's being very... how's the game going? Good. It's been fun. It's very funny. It's very cute designs. I like the character designs. Look at this guy. He's really, really something. I think he's a goat. I'm not 100% sure. This guy, nice makeup. Very well done. You wear it well. You rock it. You rock it.
Secrets. Something about my loyalty not being strong enough.
Oh yeah, that's pretty harsh right there. How's the game? It's good.
Look at it this way, Halen. The mission we're going on is very important.
Very important.
No better way to prove your loyalty to the cause.
Yeah. I know better than that.
I guess you're right. But I don't like being left in the dark.
You have a fear of dark places? Because I can understand that.
Then you'll get along great with Shane. He's been pestering me with questions all day.
Wait, Shane? Isn't that the prisoner?
I don't fraternize with prisoners.
He does. He very much, and he basically said his ears are too big and pointy to be a goat. I think so too, but I don't know what else. He's got horns, man. Maybe a deer or an original furry design. It could be.
Whatever you say.
Whatever you say. Halen just fraternize. Yeah, he's gonna fraternize.
Oh,
they always
Jojo
fraternize.
57,957, always coming up with new furry lingo, huh? Or is that some
or
secret
a furry
code
dragon?
word for
He
something
could
else?
be.
You're really pushing
right.
the boundaries here. But hey, if you want to Halian and fraternize, who am I to stop you? Just keep it furry, I guess.
Bull?
OwO.
I don't know. He doesn't strike me as bull. Maybe that's why the nose is like that. That could be a case. I could see that. Hey, there he is.
Right ahead of us. Might not be a bad time to start fraternizing.
What are you saying? Are we, is this gonna get a little bit spicy in here? His snout is not long enough to be? Theo, neither of those were furry lingo. Well, Theo's still learning. He's still learning. Just give him a break.
Did I stutter, Shane?
Did you stutter, Shane? Wow.
Oh, you think you're better than me, right?
You're his prisoner.
Here's some food for thought, apprentice. You're more a prisoner to the triumvirate than I am.
How do you figure? I want to hear this one.
Did you just say?
I need to hear your logic, Shane. Tell me more about this. It's a little weird.
Neither of us will know true freedom. We're nothing but a means to an end. They'll kill you the moment you disobey.
I mean, they'll do the same to you, so you're kind of in the same boat.
We have no choice but to follow orders. The difference is you do this willingly. I have no idea why. You seem smart to me.
How do you know that? Okay, that was enlightening. Let's see what these two want to talk about. What's work like? I don't know.
It's a lot less exciting than you'd think.
Uh-huh.
They advertise it as a position of power, busting smugglers and protecting Valenorth.
Damn, get fucked, Halen. Well, maybe that's exactly what he needs. Exactly. And maybe Shane's just the guy to do it. You know what I mean? Could be a love story in the making. We just don't know. No, that's a deer, I think. This is definitely a deer, but he does have canine-like features, so it was kind of confusing, but I do agree with you. It's a deer. What is his job? I guess I missed that. Is he like a guard or something?
It's not like that.
No, not at all. I spend most of my days standing around.
But again, I think most of these are original furry designs. Yes, I think most of them are either friends of or were like maybe part of the Patreon campaign to get the game made. And some of the people ended up in the game because of that. So that's probably true, very much so. And a lot of them are also like Clace's original designs, that kind of thing. So Clace is the person who made the game. If you want to go look, it's Klace. You can find him on like Twitter and Blue Sky and all those things, and he's the one who made the game. He's a big pink puppo. So where's the lemur furry in this game? I don't know, but you know what I learned? I saw the, what is it? Oh, we're going to do it. We're going to play it again. Cult of the Lamb. Do you guys remember Cult of the Lamb? So they're releasing a new update, which is called Sins of the Flesh. Sins of the Flesh. And it is definitely their sex update. Yes, they have the sex update. And they put lemurs in the game. In the sex update. It's so perfect. It's so perfect. They put lemurs in the sex update, and I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier. So we're definitely gonna bust that out when the update comes out. We're gonna dust that game right on up and play the sex update. That's my plan. To be fair, it's a T game. Well, we're gonna push that to its limit. I'll tell you what.
Because the spirits have blessed us, right?
Yes. Well, maybe not. I don't know.
I guess that's one popular theory. But to be honest, I don't buy it. Spirits can't change our nature.
Okay.
Nature.
Deep down inside, we're all evil.
That's a weird perspective.
Better than others. We all have our impulses.
Oh yeah, we all have impulses, guys. We all just have them. Every single one of us knows exactly what he's talking about. Sometimes you just want to touch a thing. Why does my controller out? I just want to touch a thing like a sword. You just want to touch that sword. You're just going to give it the old touchy touch. You know what I mean? It's going to be like that right there. Yeah. Anyway, I'm so excited for the update. I am too, actually. I do love that game. It's really fun. And we never actually finished it. So maybe that's the opportunity to go back and try and finish that game. That would be a good time. Plus I can like get the, cause it has the Twitch integrations, which is so cool. I love that. So we might go back to it for a little while.
What an odd outlook.
What an odd outlook, like Outlook, Microsoft Outlook. Maybe that's his email client.
Don't deny your impulses, Valessa.
Ooh.
If you had to steal to get by, you do it. Valonorth is
just those kind of impulses.
Resources are
I thought you meant something else. The sex update. The sex impulse.
Mazeo has been almost completely
Maybe she wants to go join a cult.
Go into the forest and find food. There's
Maybe.
not enough natural running water either.
Uh-huh.
See, I didn't know that.
Weird.
I don't blame you. Everyone in Valonorth is happy. Nobody is scraping by, you know?
Nope, nobody is. Yeah, Winds of Change sex update when. Does it need one? Does it need one? I guess if it's like Komarebi, there is going to be much implied of that, but no showing, which is probably good for my Twitch ratings.
Imagine if food was scarce. There'd be a lot more people
much better for me that way.
Stealing it, hurting others for it, you name it.
Water? Okay.
How do you know?
Well, to be fair, my Sims did the same. A sex update? They did a Sims sex update? Oh no. How do you know about all this?
I've been to Mazeo a couple of times.
I thought you had to mod for that. Hey, Gecko, what's going on?
I don't know if they'll survive their shifts.
Are you going to be there for the sex update? We're talking about... There's much less than Comer. Okay, I gotcha. Oh, Gecko, we're talking about Cult of the Lamb. They did a sex update. And in the sex update, they added lemurs. Yeah. Lemurs in the sex update of Cult of the Lamb. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Oh. Wow.
Wow. Big wow. That's like the biggest wow of all time.
Wow.
Coincidence? I think not. Definitely no. Definitely no. Look at me. I got the sex going really right now with my nakedness.
I'd much prefer boring work to, you know, dying.
That's a good point. Me too. I prefer much more boring work than dying. Dying doesn't pay that well. Okay, my roommate just got home, and to hear all this out of context, tell your roommate to get the sex update. Just tell him, like, out of the blue, just be like, hey, roommate, get the sex update. Do the sex update right now. Just download it. Just update the sex now. That's kind of a weird thing to say. Anyway, best out of okay. Let's do this one.
Hey, Zamira.
Hi.
What about those antlers?
What? Why would you ask that?
What about them?
They're there. Hey, get the sex update. Just do it. Just guys, just go get the sex update right now. Just do it. Just get that sex update. Just download the sex update and upload the sex update at this moment. Just do it. Don't ask questions. Just do it. All right. Anyway. Oh, out of context, nowhere. Get the sex update. Oh, and don't say anything else. Just do it. Oh, man.
Hit them on a doorway? I mean, you can't be fully aware of them all the time. Yo, have you ever accidentally hit someone else with them?
Maybe not accidentally if you keep talking.
I'm about to.
We're on the same page. You want to get the sex update? You can.
Whoa, okay, backing off. I was just curious. I've always wondered. How do you put a shirt on each morning?
Oh my God. Actually, that's not a bad question. To be fair, I do wonder that about, like deer. Jojo, I'm looking at you. Do kind of wonder that about deer. Also, that's why Theo wears a vest, because of that reason. Like that's gotta be the optimal way to do this. Oh, Fortame, little did you know, it's usually nor accidental when we hit someone. Fair.
What do you mean?
Oh no, the sex update. Oh no. Oh man. It's gonna, okay, hold on, let me go this really quick. Boop. Nice, perfect. All right, we have private deer clothes that have hidden buttons and zippers, so it's like most fursuits. So is that what you're saying? You basically have hidden zippers, like basically most fursuits. Okay, never mind, I'm moving on. Where am I here? Hold on. Okay, am I on here? I don't know where I am. There I am. There's my sword.
Well, you can't really slip clothes over your head. Those things would tear through any fabric.
Oh my God. I said it. I said it. It's true. You all know it's true. Everybody knows it's true. Everybody who has a fursuit in this, even if you're in this chat right now, you know it's true. Don't you lie about it. Don't lie about it. All right, anyway.
I don't really have anything that slips over my head. I only wear things I can put my arms inside of first. You know, like button-ups or vests.
Hey, he basically said what you said, except way less lewd. I have fursuit ears. They probably have zippers in the back. Don't ask me why, but just look for them. They're right there on the back. There's just little zippers. They're hidden zippers. I don't know what they're for. Don't ask questions, but they're there.
Right. I guess that makes sense.
But that's it. Well, that's fair.
Please don't hit me.
Please don't hit me. Fun fact, though, I have a fursuit. It's on my about page. Fun fact about that, I just went on that whole rant about every fursuit has the zippers. I don't. I actually do not. He's not as horny. Maybe not. I actually don't have the zippers. I don't. I was asked if I want them, and it was my first fursuit at the time, so I basically said, oh, I don't know, maybe not on my first one, but I didn't do that, so I'm very different. I am the exception that proves the rule.
Of course. I'll do my best for Tim, but I'm not responsible for any accidents.
Oh. Nah, you just haven't found them yet? That's true. Given who the maker was, that's probably true. Oh. Oh, is that it? Okay, that's those conversations. Anyway, I can still talk to these guys.
Hey.
Oh. So, you want to be the next elder, do ya?
Yeah, of course.
He makes real scary threats. He did make a real scary threat. He was going to poke him with his antler. Maybe.
Seems like the logical course of action.
Maybe the antler. Take over as your scribe. Well, now you're justifying. She's kind of justifying it.
How to save Valinor.
Uh-huh.
After the attack, we can rebuild from the ashes.
Rebuild from the ashes.
I also want to solve our problem.
Honestly, that's the first lemur fursuit I've seen. Oh man, I should there's like, when I was at Texas Furry Fiesta a few years ago, we did a whole meetup. There was like 10 of us. And we have like pictures of all of us. I should put that into, did I ever put that into the Discord? I feel like I did. Hold on, let me see. Did I ever put that in the Discord? I feel like maybe I did. Hold on. Did I? Let's see. Fursuiting? Yeah, I did. If you go, hey, Mala, if you go into the Discord, and there's like a section for fursuiting, and you like go up to like June 9th, 2022, you're in for a surprise. You're in for a surprise. So there's like not 10, but there's a bunch of them right there in a group. Cause we did like a meetup of lemur furs. Fun fact, I think at least 4 of those suits is owned by the person in the middle there. 4 of those suits owned by one person. So there's that too. Fun fact there. Anyway, but that's a thing that happened, yeah. It's an actual conspiracy. It really is. Oh, wow. Look at them all. They're amazing. Isn't that cool? Yeah. And there's some good ones out there. There's one, and I've never met them, but I've seen them on a bunch of times. And there's a character out there. I don't know if she's rich. I don't think she's rich. She just is very passionate about lemurs. Like if you really want to get a nice, good long talking to about lemurs in general, meet Zazu. She can tell you all about them, but she's very passionate about it. I don't know if she's rich. I think she gets most of them secondhand. So I don't know about that, but but she might be. I have no idea. But there's another character out there, and I don't know if they still have the cert or not. Their name is Lemon the lemur. And Lemon has a 52-foot tail, and you heard me correct. 52 feet. So that's a thing. 52 foot. It's insane.
Once
you'd have to see it.
Connection, we'll be fine. After that,
yeah, I wonder if oh man, I'm like, I know I'm like getting really, Lemon the lemur, that's cute, and 52 feet. I'm gonna see if I can find him. I know I'm getting distracted from the game, but this is important stuff. Let's see, there we are. I think I found them. I'm gonna try and I'll post this in general in the Discord. And if you're not in the Discord, now's your chance, okay? So, let me see if I can find this. Let me do copy image. I'll do that. That sounds fine. Doop bap bop a doop. Doop beep beep. Here's that. So there's one picture of Lemon. Let's see if I can find a different one. There's a lot of really good pictures of Lemon out there, I think, but let me see. Lemon. There's one, but I can't find it. I'd have to really go searching. That like really shows how crazy it is. Yeah, this one might be pretty good. This one kind of shows it. Let me do that. There we go. I think that's probably from the same place. Okay, so there's Lemon. I put it in the Discord. Valanos already burned down already. I can't wait. I know. Sorry for the disturbing game to play. It's fine. No, it's fine. Sometimes that's okay. Sometimes that's perfectly fine. Lemon deserves the love. Okay. What would you do differently? How would you restore our connection? Are you sure Valinarth isn't a lost cause? What would you do differently?
Well, they sacrificed Valinor's independence. That was the one thing that set us apart, made us unique. If we lose that, we lose Valinor's very soul.
Yes, indeedy. Maybe. I don't know if you could do that.
To keep our line of seers going.
You're right. It's trouble.
Lose our heritage. I'd ensure that we remain nonpartisan, just like always. Look at all the trouble these alliances have given us.
Okay, Valessa, we need to unite ourselves so we can be strong. I'm not sure which is better, honestly. Okay, so she's saying that she's taking kind of like a nationalistic approach where she's like, we need to isolate, focus on ourselves. I don't think that's a good idea. I think you should be trying to reach out to your neighbors, be good friends, try to like, you know, unite people. I'm gonna go with this one.
Strength doesn't come from numbers, though. It comes with the ability to be ourselves.
No, it's not entirely untrue.
Inside.
Okay.
Without our independence, we're no different from anyone else.
Well, that's not true. You can still be yourself without that.
Our lives here would lose meaning. Our forests will be cut down.
You don't know
After
that.
a few decades, we'd be no different from Mazzeo.
You don't know that.
Lose this beauty. I'll fight to keep it safe.
Okay, fair enough. How would you restore our connection?
I don't know.
I don't either.
If it's possible, I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll look for reading material when we get to Mazzeo. Or if we ever find ourselves in Baltus, there's the Grand Library.
Perfect. You go read a book and we'll do all the adventuring without
Remember, that power still exists within you. After we defeat the triumvirate, it won't just vanish. There must be a way to put it back into the spirit idol.
Okay, you're right. We'll find a way together. What if it's not? I'll try and be your friend.
Definitely will. We can't just let Valinor die. Even if it takes the rest of my life, I'll keep searching. I just hope that you'll stay with me along the way.
Uh-oh, I bet it's a flirt moment. Is it? Flirt moment? Nah. Are you sure Valinor isn't a lost cause?
What? Why would you say something?
I'm just suggesting. Listen, don't take it the wrong way, okay? I wasn't trying to be like, it is a lost cause. I'm just asking a question. You don't have to get so touchy.
In fact, I'm so certain I'm changing the subject. I refuse to talk about such
touchy. Goodness me. How far is Peregrino? And also, do you like fuzzy water? You into like sparkling water? Because that's what that reminds me of.
Maybe a couple of hours if we walk fast. It's a longer trek from there to Mazzeo, though. I've never been, but I've seen maps and read books. It's not exactly my kind of place. I've never had the urge to drink ale or wine, let alone the urge to walk such a long distance.
You want to drink with me?
It's not that I won't. I just don't feel compelled to.
All right.
Maybe I'll feel different when we actually get there.
Yeah, you'll probably be thirsty. It's a long walk.
Matters at hand.
All right. Several miles. You might be thirsty. Anyway, what about that argument with... Okay.
What about it?
Maybe stop being like so touchy. You know, you're so touchy. Maybe you two should stop being children. How about that? Will things be okay with you two? You think you're a better fit for Elder? What do you think Fortame isn't qualified? Can I order an election to be held instead?
They usually are. It's not like an argument between us is anything new. With a few minutes to cool off, everything will be fine.
Well, then stop being children. Having just played Bloodborne, that's easy. I'm gonna silence the cries of a newborn, kill it. Technically a newborn, I meant it's off, but old, but I also just got born and eat an umbilical. What are you talking about? I'm sorry, Jojo, I can't follow this. What are you saying? Enough to give me the great one with hugs. Bloodborne is weird. It is very weird. I have no idea what you just said. That is a sentence that you just said. I'm like, okay, if that's is that the plot of Bloodborne? Because, wow. All right.
Besides, we all know what the right choice is. I'm the most qualified person in Valinor to replace Milas. Fortem is trained to replace me. It just seems natural.
All right. Well, I don't know if that is the best logic, but we'll see.
Oh, of course I am. I work with Milas almost every day. I know exactly what he does. In a way, he trained me. Just like his father trained me.
Is actually right. He might be, but I don't know. This is a sentence. And I don't know anything. I actually have never played Bloodborne, so I can't really like say that much about it, but I agree with you. It probably is a thing, but I'm just saying it means those are words that are attacking my eyeballs and going, bloop, 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 and I have no idea what's going on.
If you chose Fortum, there'd be a learning curve. That
Bloodborne is weird but awesome. I've heard it is. I'm really bad at Souls games though. So like if you've ever watched me play when we did Elder Scrolls that one time, or not Elder Scrolls, Elden Ring. Okay, so in Bloodborne you kill a newborn very important. Then there's a boss called Orphan who you watch be born, and it's disturbing.
Support an ongoing donation drive
oh God,
right here
that
on
sounds
Twitch for the Lemur
horrible.
Conservation Foundation.
That sounds
if you want to
horrible.
support the stream in an awesome way and can afford
I don't know
it, check
about
it out.
that.
To
Don't
learn
worry, as
more,
long as you
check
shoot
out the link
people
in
to
chat at
bury, got it.
thelemurreserve.org.
But that sounds really bad. I think there's a game that's on my list of on my Steam list that's called Fear and Hunger. And the only reason I want to play it, does anybody here watch Super Eye Patch Wolf? He did a whole thing on it, and oh God, yeah, I've heard it's really crazy. I don't know if we can do it on stream, unless I think there's mods to like make it less, because I think there's a lot of dangling penises or peni in the game. That is the thing apparently in the game, so I gotta be, yeah, also the first game has a lot of nudity. I've heard there's ways to turn it off or something now, so that might be a thing. I'll have to look into it. But I've heard it's like impossibly hard to play.
His contact with Milas was minimal compared to mine. If he took over, he'd need to be trained from the ground up.
Probably not good for streaming. No, dangling peni is not good for streaming. I'm pretty sure there's a dangling peni clause in the TOS. It's there under section 7, dangling peni.
And with no teacher, you need to find somebody already trained. I have a pretty good idea of what Milas does. I saw him every day. So I'm trained and ready to lead. Seems like an easy choice, right?
I don't know. You guys are trying to make me choose between my two best friends, and it's really hard. Can I order an election?
I'm not sure about that, actually. It would be counterproductive, though. You already have 2 perfect candidates.
Yeah, so the election is between the 2 perfect candidates. It makes perfect sense. I think I'm right here. Absolutely.
We're high up on Valinor's ladder. Not many people are. I also think that the villagers would support both of us.
Well, then put it to a test with an election. It only makes sense. Everything about it seems to fit perfectly. All right, this is a long conversation. Okay.
I've been thinking about that, actually.
Okay, good.
You, but Dominic as well. Only a seer of Valinor can have visions.
Well, apparently Dominic also can.
Is there more to Dominic than we know? Or is there more to the blade than we know? I'd say it's the energy inside of you, but Dominic doesn't have that.
Unless he does.
Or does he?
That's why I love and hate visual novels sometimes. This is why I hate them. Why is that?
The laws of Alestia.
Oh, because of like the endless dialogue trees? It might be.
So, if you're asking me for an answer, I really don't know. It's something we have to learn as we venture forward. But I have a feeling that this blade changes everything.
You know that blade is gonna change everything as long as we touch it with our fingies. Beep, 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 beep. Gotta do every dialogue possible. True, that's true. The stories and characters can be good, but the endless dialogue is branching choices can be a bit much. They can be sometimes. You're right. I think that's it with you. So let's talk to Bunny Bunkins. Hey, you want to be an elder of Valinor, you adorable little Bunny Bunkins?
Wait, is this like a job interview or something?
Yes, and you better have your resume ready.
Selling myself.
And it slows the experience down a bit. Yeah, it kind of does, but that's kind of the thing. These games are meant to be like a little bit more, you know, leisurely, slow paced kind of things.
That way, Valinor wouldn't freeze over. A lot of people forget it's the spirits that keep us warm. After that,
what have the spirits been doing to you?
People.
Hey, if I get a doll and I hand it to you, can you tell me where the spirits touched you? It sounds like they were keeping you warm, so where on the doll did they touch you?
Actually, I'm not too sure about that.
You don't know where they touched you? Okay, I got it.
I'll make sure to pay attention along the way.
Right.
If the connection can be taken away, it can be given back. There's nothing. That's the spirit.
I didn't mean to do that. That's the
Alexia
spirit.
First, but
where did the spirit touch you? Tell me, Fortame. I'm worried about you.
You know?
Fortune, do you need therapy? Probably. What do you mean by do with the people? What do you want to do with the people? What do you want to do? What is your policy?
You mean like cleaning and climbing trees?
Oh, that's not what I was thinking.
But I like to do more than that.
Oh.
I always say that making people smile is my favorite.
What are you planning to do? What kind of village are you planning to run, you rabbit? Is that what you always think about?
So if my work could keep an entire village happy? Well, I couldn't think of a better job if I tried. I wouldn't be just a scribe and train.
You don't say, right? Yeah. I'm gonna say the scribe and training is really important. It's an important job, you know what I mean? It's pretty important.
I know. But the elder is way more important. Right now, I'm stuck here unless something happens to Valessa. I'd rather rise through the ranks another way, you know?
Okay. It sounds like you're kind of bitter about you do.
I'm just unnecessary.
Oh, that's not true.
But if I became the elder, we could all work as a team. It'd be like we're a triumvirate of our own.
No, that would be weird. What do you mean by, okay, we already did that one. You know this would interfere with your hobbies, right? I mean, you could just assassinate her. You could just when she's sleeping, just stab her in the, you know what I'm saying? You could do it.
You mean like cleaning and climbing trees?
Oh, I must have done the wrong one.
Keep an entire village happy?
I must have done the wrong one.
You two make a good duo.
Okay, hold on.
Well, we have an important choice to make. We can follow after Milas and drop our independence, or we can distance ourselves from the other nations, like always.
He's gonna be like, we should be very open to everybody.
If I were the elder, I'd band our world together. We could live in harmony and trade freely.
Yeah, the whole free trade thing doesn't work quite as well as you think it does.
I know I hate the trade ban they put on Mazeo, but this isn't personal.
It kind of sounds like it is.
The nations would create peace. Isn't that our goal at the end of this, Seer?
I have no idea. It also, despite the fact Bloodborne is really like 10 out of 15 hours, one playthrough lasts 120 hours. Oh my god, that sounds like a lot. It would probably take me really long. Like I said, when I was playing like Elden Ring, I was like thrilled when I killed like a knight, and that was like the best moment of my life. I agree, Unity is the best choice. I think Independence is more important. I'm not sure which one I want. I'm gonna go with, I did already go with this choice last time.
I'm glad you agree. The rebellion is founded on unity, and it's strong. Each nation on its own would stand no chance of winning.
You're right. Maybe they wouldn't.
Triumvirate won't be the last threat Alestia faces. It's stupid to think that we'd have an eternal peace.
Who are you calling stupid?
Band together now, only to split up after.
Valessa is not stupid. She's naive, but she's not stupid, okay? Don't be mean. You guys need to be better friends. If you need to go out into the woods and make out for a while and then we're friends again, I fully support that. So...
I'm positive. She's doing a fine job as your scribe. Having me as the elder would utilize my full potential. I don't mean to brag, but I spend a lot of time with Milas.
Why? Why?
As a scribe in training, I'm just held back. I don't think I'll ever need to take Valessa's position, so why not let me take another position instead?
Oh, you want to take different positions, huh? At least a few of those were in the... What? The what now? The where? That's not as bad as it sounds. It kind of does. Oh, do you now? Yeah, no, he wants to do different positions.
Look, all I ask is that you think about it, all right?
All right.
At the end of the day, we're the two best candidates. There's no election here. The choice will rest upon you.
Well, there could be an election. I don't understand why there can't be an election. There's nothing saying there can't be. What do you think about Zamira?
He's pretty cool. And I dig the antlers.
Oh, you got a thing for antlers, huh? Theo, do you hear that?
But
he's got a thing for antlers. Theo, you heard that, right? He's got a thing for that. You know what to do. Okay.
Valessa seems to know more about him, actually. I guess he'll be coming with us to Mazeo?
Yeah, he seems like a pretty cool dude.
Everybody soon.
Yeah, pretty cool guy, you know, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, totally. I hope he sticks with us for a while. I mean, he's a guard, so he could easily fight with us.
He could, you're right.
Right now, we need all the help we can get. But even if he doesn't join, I'm grateful for his help.
Me
There's
too.
no way we'd make it to Peregrino on our own.
Or get a Pellegrino from the bar. What do you think now that we've left Valenorth?
Well, the surroundings are still pretty familiar.
You're right.
I expect it'll
Well, kind of, yeah, a little bit. It's green.
I know it'll be different, but is that good?
That means he's gonna die? Uh-oh, did we really just jinx him? We were finding some wood to knock on. Uh-oh, are you serious though? I hope he doesn't. That would be kind of sad if it was more like a...
There's one thing that worries me about all of this though. We may very well run into the man that killed our parents. Whether it's this Sovi guy or the General of Mazeo.
Wait, do we not know? How do we know? Like, if we don't know who did it, then how are we gonna know when we run into him?
It could even be one of those empty suits of armor, actually.
Okay. By the way, congrats on almost 500. We're 4 away. 4. It's like killing me. I just want to get there. We're almost there. It's almost there. Overtaken with rage.
Don't let me do anything stupid. All right.
I don't think I could stop that, buddy.
You to help keep me in line.
Ooh, I'll keep you in line. I'll keep you in line all the time. You're on your own with this one. Actually, I'm not sure how to respond to either. You can count on me. I'll keep you in line.
Thanks.
I'll do it just fine.
I know I can always count on you.
Okay.
It's gonna be scary, but we'll face it together.
Perfect. No, okay. There was 2 moments they were like, let's do the non-flirt thing. I think that's the end of that conversation. Hey, we did the things. We can go now. We're going to Pellegrino, I think. All right, Peregrino. That's where we're going. Let's do that. Boom. After a lengthy trek through the forest, we arrive at Peregrino. The scent of ale and aged wood of the tavern permeate the air. Zamira lets out a sigh of relief, having finally achieved his goal.
Well, looks like we're finally here.
Okay.
Wasn't that bad, was it?
Yes, it was horrible. Did you see how much those 2 were fighting behind me? It was bad. I had to basically put them in timeout. They went back into the woods, made out for a while, came out real quiet. It was weird. They were kind of awkward. I'm not sure what happened, but I can guess.
Not as bad as I thought it'd be.
Okay.
My legs are a little sore, but I'll manage. I know we're far from home, but this still feels like Valenorth. I guess maybe I expected something a little different.
Well, you were wrong. Stop anything or I'll turn this party around. I'll turn this whole party around. We're going back home if you just don't stop arguing. You're going to be on timeout, both of you. Go to timeout.
Just wait until you see the Outlook, Valessa.
Just wait. You're going to love it. Microsoft Outlook is the email box of the future. You're going to love it.
The Outlook?
Yes, it is Outlook 365. It is the future of email organization. You will learn how to put labels on your emails and also put them into boxes. Yeah, there's a chalice dungeons. Usually they're terrible in ways you can understand. Going into the one boss is the last one, but there's one with a code with 80k blood echoes for the free, which is really helpful in different reasons depending on how far you are in. I really wish Theo had responded to that one. That would have been really hilarious. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know why they have the dungeon, but that's cool.
You can almost see the entirety of Alestia. As
yes,
soon as
you
there's
can.
No trees in the way, you'll be amazed. It's easy to forget we're on top of the highest mountains.
What about those ones that we just looked at? Probably hacked? Probably.
So we're not surrounded by trees the entire way to Mazeo?
No, I think Theo can't make a comeback to that. He probably couldn't. He probably broke his poor little brain.
Absolutely not. Even aside from the deforesting, trees are scarce. It makes for a beautiful view. I'm sure you'll love it.
Did he just go like, oh, you're gonna love it at Theo? Yeah, he doesn't respond. You can ask him that question. You can, if you have points, you can do it. The tone of his voice implied that he wouldn't be going with us. Oh, he's not gonna come with us. Oh no. If he's seen it before, then I doubt that I'd be saying behind was a big deal. But for some reason, Fortame and Valessa seemed a bit upset for hearing this.
Right.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I guess we're on schedule now.
No, you have to, well, you can do that. The teaching thing, we'll teach him like a fact about you, and that he'll remember. So there's actually like a little like file that gets written that teaches him little facts about you guys, and I can delete it anytime, but like, and then he'll remember that whenever you talk to him. But there is like an ask him a question option in channel points too. And that one you could just ask him straight up. There's that. I think I have do I have the teach Theo a thing in there already? I forgot if I did that or not. Let me see. You cannot cheer in your own channel. I'm not trying to. Thank you though. Let's see. I've got have Theo read your message. Yeah, teach Theo something. You could do that too. You could do that, I guess. But yeah, that's what that is. So got it. So I should teach him that I'm the dungeon. You could do it. I don't know how he'll respond to that, but you could do it. It is possible. Where's my sword? There it is.
I'm not about to ditch you.
Jojo 57957. I will remember as a deer about you.
It won't be too hard to.
As
a deer, you are a deer. He will remember is a deer. See, now he knows you're a deer. And he won't forget it until I delete the file. Or like, I can delete it with a command, I think, but he'll remember that until the end of time. He leaves outside and starts walking into the tavern. We exchange glances, seeming a little hesitant.
Well, I guess this is it. As soon as we meet with Pro, we're off to Mazeo.
Yes, Pro. We're gonna meet Pro.
Did you say Pro?
Why are they doing this? We've already seen him. We've met him. Now, now you can tell me how awesome my antlers are. Theo will remember that. He will. We're all startled by the sudden intrusion, but to me, this voice is immediately recognizable. Ulric, just like in the Telltales. He will remember that. He will obviously remember that, and he will use that to his advantage. Ulric.
What? Who's there?
Who's there? Big and beefy man, show yourself. He lets out a soft laugh as he approaches us. After looking me up and down, a wild smile. Ooh. Why is that? Would you like what you see, big boy? I've forgotten we haven't actually met. His blade on my back is what he notices.
Well, what do you know?
You like big blades, do you?
Kind of makes my job
I like
a lot
big
easier.
blades too. You want to see my big blade? I got a big blade waiting for you. He likes the good. He likes the goods, the big blade. We want to compare the blades. We're going to just measure the blades side by side, see who's bigger.
Wait, you know us?
No, maybe. I know him.
Just the seer.
Hi, I know you too. I met you in my dreams. Literally, I actually did meet you in a dream.
Then you must be...
Ulric, from the vision.
You're not supposed to know that. You just ratted me out, you little shit. Do you understand what you've just done? He just ratted me out.
Excuse me?
Yes, I may have told him, and my bad.
Yeah, you were in the vision that
the man of my dreams, literally.
Oh, what's so funny this time? Maladabaya 501. Did you finally discover
what a
sense
random
of
one to
humor,
go after?
Or are you just laughing at your own misfortunes?
Wow.
Either way, I'm sure it's a laugh riot. Keep 'em coming, champ. Rolls eyes.
Wow. Yeah, you were in that vision that Nathan. You were in that dream that Nathan had last night. You want to tell him all about it, Nathan? Do you want to tell him all about that dream you had with him in it last night? And I'm sitting here like, shut up, 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 shut up about my dream. He doesn't need to know about that. He doesn't need to know about it. Shut up, shut up, shut up.
Huh. Haven't even met, and I'm already in your dream. That has to be some
Maybe
kind of new
Theo woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. He sure did. He cracks another smile. It's another attempt at flirtation. If it was, it wouldn't go anywhere. Fortane promptly interrupts.
He said you died, Ulric. Something about a man named Sovi?
Oh, yeah, he died in my dream. That's what happened. Wink, wink, wonk, wonk. His ears perk up as he hears the name Sovi, but he seems to find something comedic about Fortame's words. Clapping his hands together simply once, he smirks at the three of us. Damn it, Fortame, stop cock-blocking. Wow, spoilers, Fortame. Yeah, seriously.
You sure are good at first impressions, little one.
Oh, he called you little. Wait, he's looking at me. God damn it.
I'm not little.
I'm not either. We're both not little. I am with you. That seems that nobody jumps to Fortame's defense. I just did. I literally just did.
Is he telling the truth, Seer?
That he's not small? He kind of is. I can't really defend him on that. He's a bunny. It's not his fault. Like, what is he supposed to do about that? Yeah, it's true. I'd rather not think about it. Yeah, I'll tell him it's true. I'm not gonna lie about it. He's not. He ratted me out.
How exciting. You'll have to tell me more.
I'm big in all the right places.
So,
like
Jojo
my thumb. My thumb is...
If only that statement were true. I hate to break it to you, but being big in the furry fandom is nowhere near as impressive as you seem to think. Maybe keep that big ego energy in check, buddy. Brar.
Wow. Big burn by Theo there. Okay, he came after you, Jojo. Oh man, he was flirting with you 1 second, burning you the next. You don't know where he's coming from. You just don't know. You just have no idea. It seems like he's able to piece things together. The visions of his death in Sovi was Valinor's destruction. He wastes no time in suggesting our immediate course of action.
Actually, Miles is taking care of that.
Damn, Theo, okay. Tell me how you really feel.
Perfect time to group.
Well, it's hard to say. He was flirting with you earlier. It's really hard to say.
Really? I'm starting to wonder why I'm even here. Either way, Pro and I will take you to Domek. I'm glad to hear this vision of yours won't come to pass.
It might, still, because he didn't tell you about the spicy part of the dream. I don't think, the one where everything was on fire. That part, that's spicy. That much is true. He'd avoid Valinorth entirely. Too bad the attack on Valinorth wasn't something we could avoid.
Shall we get things started? Unless you want to talk more, I'm up for that too.
You don't seem like it. That response, maybe he's trying to a different approach. He's doing a different things. He's, you know, he wants to keep you on your toes. He's trying to keep you guessing. I can't tell if he's being genuine or sarcastic. It's hard to get a read on this man, and that's odd. His resolve in last night's vision, his demeanor was clear. I feel like, even though we barely talked, we're on the same page. He seems to know where we were here, where we're going, and what we need to do. That makes things a bit easier. Endless planning would be tedious.
Whenever you're ready, Seer. Seems like we have a lot ahead of us.
Can we go to the bar? Like, wouldn't that be more comfortable if we just went and, you know, maybe had a drink? I don't know. We all look at each other before nodding. It seems like everyone else is following my lead. I could probably probe Ulric for information or just for fun and head right inside. Ulric has permanently joined your party. Yay! What am I doing? Oh, we got another. Oh, it's Domek, and then I could talk to these two. I've also got. Let's talk to them. So, you recognize this blade, did you? You've seen my sword before? I bet you have. Have a couple other drinks, get a room with Ulric. Yeah, you know, it'll be a good time. We can compare our blades. We can measure blades, so to speak. So you recognize this blade, huh?
Absolutely. I'd recognize that thing anyway.
Oh, wow. Wow. Hey, listen, I know I've got a reputation that might precede me, but that's pretty forward of you, sir. What can you tell me about it?
About the Blade of Exodus?
Yeah.
It's extraordinary.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea where it came from.
Oh, I know where it came from.
Its power.
Uh-huh.
It can repurpose life into an energy that serves the wielder.
It sure does. It sure serves me well.
The blades can spin, which should be impossible.
That's weird.
It's almost like some parts of the blade exist in a different world.
We're talking about two different things now, aren't we?
Where else would it store all that power?
We are definitely talking about two different things. What are your thoughts about this weapon?
It's practically cheating. Whoever wields it has infinite power.
Perfect.
I don't think of the triumvirate as gods. They were just abusing this weapon. Now that they don't have it, taking them down should be child's play.
Okay. Why don't you get on that? You got a big sword. You should do it. How does it accomplish such things?
We'll never find out.
Unlimited power.
The spirit realm. That's the only non-physical part of us that could be considered energy.
All right, I believe you. How long has the triumvirate had it?
I'm assuming they've always had it. It's how they came to power. Some people seem to think they used the blade to create our entire world.
That's
Not
cheating.
Many people know about it though, and they see the triumvirate as gods.
Are they though?
And they really aren't.
Oh,
they're just men who came upon a greater power, and now we have that greater power.
Are we going to start talking in unison like them?
I think we should destroy that blade after we win. It's a tool of pure corruption.
What if we all start talking in like unison? Like that would be kind of cool, right? Like what if we went up to the triumvirate and we're like literally walk up and we're just like, hey, all of us are talking at the same side too. What do you think of that? Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah. Anyway, that would be really interesting. Okay, how did the rebellion do the thing?
It wasn't too long ago, maybe half a year. The rebellion planned an attack. Our previous leader planned it down to even the smallest detail. Steal the blade, map out their castle, and pave way for our future liberation.
Perfect. He did good. Apparently it worked. I think he died, but the plan worked, so that's what's important.
I'll be honest. He knew he was going to die.
Oh.
He used his final moments to get the blade. Some people think it's a little fishy. How could we win so easily? Did they let us win? I don't think it's that deep. They just didn't expect our leader to effectively commit suicide.
What? Oh, it's about going in there. It sounds impressive. Were you on that mission?
I was.
Oh.
Change the subject.
Okay, my bad. Oopsie poopsie. I didn't mean to like make you upset or nothing. Oh, sorry about that.
I'm sure you won't. I don't think any of us will. The scope of his planning went farther than I could have imagined.
Wow.
The Elder of Valinor, he planned...
Arcade, what's going on? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. What's your day like? What is your day like? Do you like days? What's your favorite day? Do you think Tuesdays are cool? I don't know. What How are you doing? Hopefully you're having a good day. Being the Elder of Valinor, the planet room moment. There it goes.
Breaking Valinor's non-partisan stands made perfect sense to him. Every little piece was in place. The liberation of Alessia.
Just work earlier? Got it. Well, that's I had work earlier too. I feel you.
That blade isn't easy.
Oh yeah? You think wielding my blade isn't that easy? Because I think you can handle it. But I can handle your blade too. We can draw swords. What do you think of that? Huh? Yo. Do you think Damek will do a good job as his replacement? Maybe.
He already is, and I'm happy to serve him.
Oh.
Things are going swimmingly.
Ooh, he swims?
One of the founding members.
I like swimming too. If it's hot out in the summer, we can both go swimming. We should all go swimming. Where's a pool? Let's all go swimming right now. That'd be great.
He's done a fine job of honoring our leader's legacy and guiding us to victory. He had to make a few hard decisions, but I trust his judgment without question. Everything is going according to plan.
Also, he's a swimmer, so he's probably got a really nice back, Very, very muscly back, I bet. What else we got here? In my vision, Selvi used it on you.
Wait, he used the Blade of Exodus on me? That's impossible. There's no way he'd be able to wield it. You're the only one. Even Damek nearly died the first time he touched it.
Wow. You can't touch my blade. Nobody touches my blade.
Though. He had a small vision when he did. Perhaps he has some spiritual energy inside of him. Either way, hopefully I went out in a blaze of glory.
No, you basically just got stabbed. And that was it. You went out like a hero. You brought us time to escape. But then we didn't. So, you know, his strength was incredible. Wait, you mean Sabi can't use it? What do you mean, Sabi? That seems like the most pertinent question. I don't know.
Yeah,
I wonder if I
like
can say all of those.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Okay.
I'm just thankful that this vision won't come to pass. I have a lot of life left in me.
Perfect.
That makes me wonder, though. What was the purpose of seeing something like that?
Listen, I have a very active imagination. I don't know.
I can understand a vision of Valenorth being attacked, but seeing me and watching me die? We've never even met. How is it possible to know what I look like and how I act? I know the spirits give visions of the future, but that's so specific, and it won't happen.
Listen, only the cool kids join the conspiracy
they pretty
on
much
Discord.
just.
So I can see
Did
why
they
you were
sign
not
his
there.
death warrant?
Just saying.
I hope not. That'd be sad.
Sylvie is an incredibly strong adversary, even without the blade. But if
did they just sign his death warrant? They're just like, that'll never happen, right? That'll never happen, right?
I don't scare easily, but that's terrifying.
Nah, it'll never happen. It'll never happen. Wait, you mean Sylvie can't use the blade?
There's no way he should be able to. I imagine even you're having trouble. It's not meant for just anybody to wield. You need an incredible spiritual connection. Domek might have a small one, but Sylvie? A man like that has no connection to the spirits.
Never say never. I don't. Also, how do you know that? Maybe Sylvie is a very spiritual person and you just don't know it because nobody goes to Sylvie and asks him how's his day. Maybe that's why he's so mad all the time, is that nobody stopped and said, hey, Sylvie, how's your day going? And then he'd be like, you know what? I was praying all day and that's just how I get my energy on. What are we doing? Do you think he'll win because of it?
That depends on your ability to wield it.
Uh-oh.
The Triumvirate had that blade for an eternity. You don't have that much time.
True, I don't have an eternity.
It's just the truth.
You're right. Literally do not have an eternity. Very few people do. You're right.
Yeah, but you also saw me die, right?
Yes, it was very vivid.
Reliable as I've been.
You have plot armor, you'll be fine. He might be like, oh, my day is good. Have you heard the word of the Lord today? Seriously, yeah, what if he is like that? You don't know. We don't know anything about this guy. We don't even know what he is. We're debating still what he is.
Touched the blade, he saw Valenorth fall and the rebellion win. It seems like he's embracing what he saw.
Not having an eternity, right? I have nothing. No time at all. Everyone keeps telling me I was small and weak and like how we're on a schedule. I am. What about this war? What do you think about it?
Without our most valuable assets? Pretty terrible. Without visions to guide us and the power of that blade, we'd be dead. There's no way we could take them down through conventional means.
Maybe.
However, at the moment, everything is in our favor. Everything. We just need to be careful. Do not let the Triumvirate or Sylvie take that blade back. If we do that,
not even a little bit.
Is ours.
All right.
A new future will rise to greet Alestia.
Great. I'm on it. I will not let anybody touch my sword. It will stay in its sheath. Nothing will ever get that thing out of my sheath. It'll just stay there. Nothing. It's my sword. No one will touch it. Except I will touch it every day. I'll touch it with my fingies. Okay, anyway, let's see. Glad to be with the winning side. This is gonna be scary.
Scary is an understatement. But I've never been more certain.
Not even Sylvie? No, Sylvie can't touch it. Only I can touch it with my fingies. My fingers are the only ones that can touch it. You see, it's right there in the touchy touch. What are you talking about? I wasn't listening. Something about a war? Okay. What do you got here? To be honest, I actually can't even use it.
I'm fully aware of that. It'll take some training to get used to it.
That's mean.
Domek will place you under a strict training regimen. You need to get as much practice as possible before we launch our attack.
You're right. I will do that. I'm gonna practice touching my sword.
Of course.
I will.
Glad you look at it that way.
For you, Ulric, I will touch my sword every night until I know how to wield it like a pro. I will. I will touch my sword nightly. Ow. Thank you for giving me permission. Anyway.
I'll pass, thanks.
What did I say? Okay. Would you like to try using it? You don't want to touch my sword? Fine. I'll touch it myself. Thank you. Fine. If that's how you feel, fine. I'll touch it myself.
Domek was able to use it only for a brief second. Any longer than that and he would have died. I think this one rests on your shoulders alone.
Oh yeah? You think my sword is on my shoulders? That's pretty crazy, right? Never mind.
And yet, here we are. Let's just go with the flow. No use fighting what's set in stone.
Right. No set in stone. No touching stones. Okay, we're done. No, we're not. We're not even close to done. Oh my god. That was all about the blade.
20 years ago. Survivors of the occupation banded together and sought justice. Adults trained orphaned children to create the perfect soldiers.
That's cool. Did they win? I'm gonna take it. What didn't go well, maybe? Is what you're trying to tell me?
And now the children are old enough to fight. And they've been perfectly trained. Almost their only purpose. Domek was one of these children. And the previous leader raised him as his own.
That sounds nice. He's got a daddy figure. You know, he's got a father figure. I said daddy figure. Probably a father figure is more appropriate. How did you come to join it?
Obviously, I'm a little older. I wasn't a victim of the occupation. When it happened, I was just arriving in Museo to sell my sword arm.
Oh, yeah?
I moved here from Alarinthia as soon as
Does it go for high gold? Right.
Imagine wanting to get a new start and arriving in the middle of a war zone. That's pretty much what happened. So I did what anybody else would do. I joined the winning side. The triumvirate, with the hopes of making money.
Did it work? Did you make some money?
It was going well, but then I realized they were killing children. I turned on them as quickly as I joined them, fighting for Museo. I was one of the first rebels. Got to watch Domek grow up firsthand.
Beautiful.
That's purely subjective, but I happen to think you're right. The triumvirate needs to be taken down or held accountable for what they did.
What did they do?
They should never get a free pass to commit atrocities.
Oh yeah, that. They should not. No, we should probably do something about that.
I'm sure there's been insurrections.
Can we vote them out? Like maybe we just get
There must have been. But the thing about us is that we have the Blade of Exodus, our victory.
We have the Blade of Exodus. I was gonna call myself Exodus. Did you hear about that? Wouldn't that have been smart if like they were like, we're looking for the Blade of Exodus, and I'm like, I'm Exodus right here. That's me. Download the sex update. Everyone, do it. Sex updates now. Download it for Cult of the Lamb. Do it. Tell me more about Domek.
He's a good man. I've watched him grow into a capable soldier. He always has this way of being happy no matter the odds. Even if we lost almost every rebel, he'd find a way to keep us going.
He would.
Cracking a joke or two is always in his nature, even in grim circumstances.
He seems like a good man. I'm glad to be serving him. That's an interesting attitude to have when you're fighting a war. I think he needs to wisen up. You can either way. He seems like a good guy.
Happy and motivated.
I'm gonna go with that one.
I feel the same way. I'm confident that he'll lead us to victory.
Great. I'm confident too. I believe in anyone with great deep V action going on here. And that's pretty much everyone. So the rebellion is largely made up of occupation. The words.
Something special that day. Families were torn apart. Many people lost the will to live. A lot of the children only wanted one thing: revenge.
Did they? Well, they're working for it now, I guess.
And a lot of the adults saw one thing.
I trust anyone with daddy energy. Yes. You must trust daddy. For if you can't trust daddy, who can you trust in this world?
And that's special.
For not daddy, who is there to trust? You must trust in daddy. My family was killed there. I guess I'm not alone. I understand why it took so long to mount an offensive now. Training children to be soldiers, that's not right. That's not right. It's probably not right. That's probably true. It's probably not very right. I guess we're just, there we go.
Really? That's news to me. What a bad day to be in Museo. I guess it makes sense though. You
Yeah,
look like you
pretty.
carry
Oh
purpose.
man, your timing.
You fit right in.
Jeez, your
I'm sure
timing
almost
sucked,
every rebel
bro.
could relate.
Could you imagine having such bad timing? I can. I can definitely imagine such bad timing. I can. I understand why it took so long to mount an offensive now.
The bulk of the victims were children who lost their parents.
They did.
Fast forward some 20-odd years and they're grown men and women.
Oh.
Nobody would send children to war. It was important to wait and train.
And training, waiting, training, waiting, waiting, training, training, waiting, waiting, training.
What else were we supposed to do? It's not like we forced them. They wanted to fight, to be trained, and we wanted an army. We were able to achieve unity and grow into the force we've become.
I mean, if I don't know what else you would do. Like, what are you gonna do with them? Say, nah, just go be orphans somewhere, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Think about it for a moment.
No.
Without them, we'd stand no chance.
Yep, those children make for great battering rams.
If we win, we can get it back.
We just throw them over the wall.
No
little
families
buggers will
being
take care of everything.
That's the true purpose of it all.
Right. Okay. I mean, 6, 7, give him a sword. Let's go. Is the rebellion large?
But it's not numbers that we need, just strategy. The Triumvirate's honor guard is weak. One man could easily kill 50. And with that blade on our side, they can't make any more. Just a matter of time.
Great!
That's for sure. Without that blade, we'd never win. As I've always said, we can't take them down with conventional means. There's a lot resting on your shoulders. I hope you're up to the task.
No, not even a little bit. You were wrong. You were wrong to go that route. Let me tell you that. You were definitely wrong to think that was a good idea. I don't know who gave you that idea. I can't even lift the damn thing. Did you think I was going to be able to help you? Nah, you can't be that dumb. Wait. Wasn't there more questions?
Not really.
I thought so.
But of course it can. If you don't believe that,
you just got to believe in yourself. The power of friendship.
Fought and won on the war
the power of friendship and daddies is all you need to win. Wait. Why do I keep not
really
getting the rest of these?
But it's not numbers that we need.
Okay, that one.
That's not really true. If it were a losing battle, we'd have lost already. We've come this far and got that blade precisely because it's not a losing battle. Scratch that thought from your mind. You'll come to see that victory is clear.
It's very clear, and I'm coming for it. It's clear. It's the power of Leem shall lead you to victory. You will see.
Once you master that blade, you'll tear through their very soul. Maybe bind them to a suit of armor. I've always been a sucker for irony.
How would I do that? Okay, tell me about your previous leader.
There's not much to say. He doubled as the Elder of Valinor.
Oh, he was a double dipper. He moonlighted, you're saying, huh? He was a moonlighter.
The secrets he kept from you? Well, you've already been told.
Shit. Yes, I have been told a great deal of things. I feel like my microphone is like slowly sliding down, but it's like so slowly that I'm not sure. I'm just imagining Forte and Valessa and the other guy just standing around while this guy, I know, they're just like, hey guys, do you want to go inside? And I'm like, nah, shut up, we're talking. You shut up over there. You sit in the corner, you shut up. I'm talking to daddy.
He sacrificed himself to get you that.
No, shut up.
Now he's gone.
I heard you.
Dominic buried him underground.
All right.
In those tunnels, our new home. In fact, you could see his grave if you wanted. Pay some respects.
Why? That seems kind of weird. They mad whispering behind your back. I know. I'm just like, I heard you. I can hear you, you know. You're not as sneaky as you think you are. All right, well, that's not as working the way they. You can't sacrifice. We can't let the sacrifice go to waste.
I doubt we will. He gave us a hand of winning cards. Dominic is securing our HQ and planning our final attack right now. We'll sail to Balteus and take them down for good.
Yeah, we're gonna sail right on over there and shove it in their ear.
I heard that he was. He had a lot of stuff to deal with. Finding out about his father's true role and leading Valinor. I can't even begin to imagine what the inside of his head is like.
probably has like a brain, maybe a skull. You know, the inside of your nose is not pretty, but it's there. So that would be my guess.
I guess it is. But I doubt Domek was thinking that far ahead. It was just the most convenient place to bury his body. Those tunnels were being dug up, lots of tools lying around.
Good. We do need tools. We're gonna need plenty of tools. Oh, it definitely is. Oh yeah, it's definitely sliding down slowly. Okay, I got that fixed there, hopefully. Tunnels were being dug up, lots and laying around. Hey, we're done! No, we're not. I'm kidding.
Pirates and people who are after money, no matter what. Don't trust random people and don't buy anything from a stranger.
All right, I won't.
Swindled and robbed far before you found anyone genuine.
What if I buy from this bartender?
The occupation
does that count?
Too much better.
If I take some beer,
Mazeo's spirit,
because I don't know this guy.
Days, dim and defeated. At least that's what we thought until very recently.
What happened? Tell me about the spirit idols.
There's a church in Mazeo. It's supposed to be for triumvirate worship. At the altar there rests a very dim spirit idol. We assumed it was dying, but it's not even the true spirit idol. The true one rests deep underground.
It tricked you. You guys were duped.
The one in the church was merely receiving energy from the true idol.
Right.
That's why it was so dim. The source of power was far away. Nobody knows about this except for the rebellion. It's our secret.
Well, you told me, so now I know about it.
We want to try tapping into it for power. It's our only chance, too, since Alarenthia's idol was destroyed. And from what I've heard, Valenorth's died out a while back as well.
Yes. What am I doing? Oh. Valenor's went dark the night I was born.
Is that so? I suppose that's why you're so important.
Well,
its energy went into you, and now you can wield the blade.
You don't know that.
Misuse this gift.
Okay.
I'll admit, I'm a bit intimidated.
Oh yeah? You should be. I'm very dangerous. As you can't tell, I'm very, very dangerous. You should see my sword. It might be bigger than yours. You know it's true.
I'm not sure. It's one of Alarenthia's many legends. Apparently at the dawn of history, the triumvirate destroyed it. That's why Alarenthia grew into what it is today.
Oh yeah?
A wasteland.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
If the triumvirate did it, we have to wonder why. Do the spirit idols pose some threat to their rule? That's why Domek wants to try tapping into Mazeo's true idol.
Baby, he wants to tap into that idol? Oh, I bet he does. And Domek seems like the kind of guy who can tap anything if he puts his mind to it.
Found nothing.
Right.
It was Domek who discovered it. We decided to keep it secret. He's coming up with a plan for it right now.
Oh, I bet he is. Actually, he was just talking about that not long ago, I guess.
I suppose so. If the triumvirate didn't destroy all the others. But right now, the idol in Mazeo is the only one we know about. That is, unless there's one in Balteus. But I doubt it.
But I doubt it too. Oh, wait, I don't. I have no reason to doubt that. Why would I doubt that?
There's no way to know for sure.
I don't know. Why would I doubt that?
You know.
I know nothing, so we're probably gonna be quick on that one. Wait. Oh my God! This is the never-ending dialogue tree.
Much to help, no matter what anyone says.
This is like playing Mass Effect 2 back in the day.
Network.
And you're like in that mission that you did because you're like, oh, I'm gonna do one more mission before I go to bed. And then you get to the, you know, the one conversation that never ends. Oh man, this thing is definitely falling down. The frick, man. Okay. I'm gonna have to bust out the tightening wrench at some point. Let's try with something else then.
Yeah, the elimination of piracy was just an excuse.
Right.
I think they were searching for the spirit idol underneath Mazeo. But what they wanted it for, and what they do with it,
I thought it was a secret. If it's a secret, why are they searching for it? That means they know about it.
Probably not. Not unless they had some reason to help us, a big one. A liberated Alestia would have no room for rampant piracy, right? There'd be no reason to help a cause that hurts their livelihood.
Okay.
Right now, they're a wild card. Not on our side, but not against us either. We should use that to our advantage while we can.
How would that, how would we, what is your plan? What do you think we can do?
I'll be by your side.
Okay.
As well. You'll be fine.
Ooh, good. I got.
You know the lay of the land.
I'll be a Domek and Ulric sandwich. Perfect. That's what I want. As long as I'm your sandwich, we're gonna be great. I'm like the meat in this situation. You're the bread, I'm the meat. We're gonna be good together.
Celestia will be free. We won't have any restriction on trade. That's a good thing and a bad thing. The pirate will fight against it. We could take down the triumvirate only to find ourselves against a pirate army.
That's bad, I assume. Okay. Do you ever sail back home to visit?
No. You couldn't even pay me to go back to Alarinthia.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
It's almost unbearable. And the way they govern things is different.
Oh yeah, and you're white. That would probably be horrible.
But Alarinthia makes it look like
You got that thick white fur, fluffy, and that's probably really warm. Why do you hate Alarinthia so much? You're just so bitter about it.
I just don't agree with the way things are done over there.
Okay.
The strongest tribe gets to rule the land. It's a constant power struggle. Either way, Alarinthia isn't my home. My true home is Mazeo.
Okay, I believe you. I guess that makes sense. Home is where you make it, you know? My tent is right over there. Do you want to make that your home?
You choose your home and family. You can change your circumstances if you don't like them. On the mainland and in Mazeo, it's different. People stay in toxic relationships.
Yeah, that's true pretty much anywhere. I'm guessing in Alarinthia that probably happens too. You would be surprised.
I think of it different. If you don't like your family, find a new one. I've spilled enough blood to hold no blind allegiance to it.
Okay, you sound like you're not someone we should trust, so, okay. Well, I mean, you know, now that we're toxic or not, except for, the bunny and the girl, they don't get along, but that's a whole different thing. Don't worry about it.
That's a very grim way of looking at things.
I am pretty grim.
If go out and the ash blows away, you can go back. It still exists. It'll just be a new Valenorth. Don't be pessimistic.
I'm very pessimistic. I'm being pessimistic as we speak.
He recently rose through the ranks and has given us tons of trouble. When the triumvirate gets in our way, he's likely responsible. He makes himself a lot more known. Way different than the last Inquisitor. I haven't gotten to meet his apprentice yet. A Grand Inquisitor always has to train one. It ensures a constant cycle of obedience.
That seems like a good plan. You might want to do that. You know, keep things fresh. You never know what's going to happen. J-Sums!
I don't know.
I don't either. We have something in common. We agree. I don't know.
Yeah, but as I said, I have no idea who it is. If Sophie is training him, though, I'd watch out. Seems like we'll be up against some tough opposition.
Okay, good.
Not that I'm aware of, I highly doubt it. It's just them, the Inquisition and their honor guard. Seems simple enough, but taking them down
I bet
anything but.
I bet they got other people working for him. It seems if they're like the power in charge, they probably got a lot of people working for him. Like that's a dumb thing to think.
The more you know about the enemy, the easier it is to oppose them.
True.
This is one of the fundamental rules of war. Know what you're up against. Ignorance on the battlefield is the fastest way to meet your own end.
Alrighty. I'll take your word on that. Is that it? Are we?
The more you know about the enemy, the
I didn't mean to do that. Is that it? We're done. We did it. I still haven't done these. That was one thing there. Oh. All right, fine. Here we go. I'm at this place now. Damek ventured back underground from the Church of Mazeo. After a lengthy journey through the tunnels, he was home. The D8 was secured and they had everything they needed.
Why did the honor guard do all of this?
I don't know.
They single-handedly
probably why we were having that conversation. Ulric more talkative than Fortame? He really is. He's crazy. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk? I'm guessing they did whatever you said while we were talking because we wouldn't have noticed. One of our rebellions noticed Donek's sudden interest. He quickly stands up and greets the general with a smile.
Damek, sir.
Hey.
Everything is going according to plan.
Hello.
Our forces have started to relocate.
Who might you be? Wait.
Timing, Vance.
I recognize that silhouette. Jojo. I recognize the silhouette.
I did it.
That's the guy. That's the guy in the vision that stabs me. Oh, but he's kind of cute. Oh no. I hate that. Okay, well, that's sad. I think this guy's gonna stab me at some point.
Wait, you didn't already have the deed?
Vance?
Why are we moving everybody down here?
Vance? Vance, are you gonna stab me someday? Or at least try to do it?
Oops, you didn't hear anything, all right. Besides, I knew I could win him over. This was just a bit of a head start.
Nah, it couldn't be the one who's so cute as stab. Kai has the look though. He's got the thing. He's got the hair and like the silhouette matches. I bet it's him.
And cut the formalities. Call me Dormek. We've been through enough.
Dormek?
This isn't about rank.
Say that again. Can you say your name one more time?
A family.
Wait, no. Tell me how you say that again. I'm really confused by
this. Damn it. I'm amazed at our new HQ, to be honest. How did you secure all of this stuff?
He probably stole it.
It wasn't me, Vance. The honor guard was planning a long stay.
That's how you get. That's how they get you. They lure you in with cuteness and then stab right in the gut. In my deep V, they just stabbed me in the deep V because everybody here in this game really has a thing for that. All right.
Those things?
Yeah, right there. She stabs me in the deep V.
No use for. They can't really fight, and they have no need for sleep.
Damek smirked and grabbed a blade from a nearby shelf.
They must have known someone would use it. Either way, the Triumvirate doesn't know about this. Their own honor guard is defying orders, it would seem.
Great. I'm glad. Vance followed Damek's lead and grabbed the blade as well. Oh, they're grabbing blades.
So there's discord among them?
Just two boys grabbing blades.
Yeah, but it also proves the Triumvirate isn't all-knowing. There's no way they'd let this happen if they were. They're just like...
Oops. He flourishes his blade and holds it out. Oh man, two boys just flourishing blades.
That is... if we're strong enough.
Why did you say it like that? That just really makes my euphemism work more.
It's a spar you want?
Vance, you better not stab him like you're gonna stab me, you cute little bastard. Vance smirks and mimics the flourish of his general. A few nearby rebels stop in their tracks to watch.
Just need to make sure you haven't gotten sloppy. As soon as the Triumvirate finds out, a fight is coming.
Oh boy, we're two boys sparring with swords.
Don't worry, Dan.
Nothing to worry about here. They charge at each other, their swords clash. The loud clank of steel against steel fills the HQ. Winds of blades. The audience grows in size, their morale rises in tandem. Good, that's great. You two want to chat. Wow, I hope you two...
It's so big!
I'm sorry. What? Huh? Wait, what? Wait, really? Is it though? Like, what are you talking about there, buddy? Did you download the sex update? Did you get the sex update? He must have gotten the sex update. Guys, I think Fortame got the sex update. I'm pretty sure he did. Uh-oh, this could be bad.
Yeah, I get compliments on it all the time.
Uh-oh. Oh no, we found the Winds of Change sex update. It's not just for Cult of the Lamb now, it's everybody's got the sex update.
Can I touch it?
Oh my, every conversation is gonna be taken out of context. Well, this one definitely is. Yes, you should give it the old little touch with your thingy things.
Be gentle though.
Just be real gentle like that. Just give it the old give it the old
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Oh, I bet you will.
Whoa, it's heavier than I thought.
Okay. Okay, this is getting a wow. Okay, this is getting a little spicy in here. It's getting a little spicy.
You might want to use both hands and tighten your grip a little bit.
I don't know what to say. You know, this is fine.
OwO. Like this?
Get a ruby. Yes, just like that. You keep going. You keep showing them what's what. You're gonna be a
good boy, such a good boy.
There you go.
A little bit lower.
Oh, well, you don't say, do you? This is really getting
sus. Oh, sure. How about now?
Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. Just right there.
There you go. That's more like it. Now, swing that sword with all your might.
Oh, swing it, baby. Swing it. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Whoa, watch what you're doing. You could have killed me, kid.
Well, you know, it sounds like you guys were having a grand old time, but I don't know about any of that.
Sorry. I've never used a greatsword before.
That thing would be bigger than you.
I feel like we should keep it that way.
Yeah, that thing would be bigger than he would be. Well, that was a good conversation. I'm glad we did that. The tavern looks old, but well taken care of. It wasn't given frequent care, but it was dilapidated. But it would be dilapidated. I love given to this place by the owner. Clearly shines through.
It's a lot taller than I thought it'd be.
It is pretty tall.
Well, you watching. I see you. If you have not hit follow, I dunno. Why not just do
it? Yeah, they're super private.
Yo, really? That's cool. Maybe we can rest before we leave.
Maybe we can. Maybe you guys can touch swords some more.
If we have the time, perhaps we can. It might be nice to explore this place in person. I've read about it and heard lots of stories.
Perfect. I want to read all about it from the inside.
What kind of stories?
Yeah, what kind of stories? Are they...
If they're true, you'll see for yourself.
Perfect. I am so excited. Can we go inside? What's over there? Oh, it's just trees. They're so bright and the sun pierces through the canopy. Thankfully, it's not overwhelming. It simply looks beautiful.
Wow, look at all these trees.
They are so many trees.
For climbing. Mind if I take a quick detour?
You just love climbing them trees. You love you love touching them trunks. I get it.
Come on, Fortum. We don't have time.
He just wants to touch them trunks all day long.
Matters at hand.
Yes, you get out there and touch them trunks, baby.
If I don't practice, how will I ever climb the grand tree? You gotta give me some time every once in a while, Valessa.
Don't you start again, the both of you. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Perhaps, but not now.
Okay.
I don't have time to treat any injuries.
I can treat them myself.
Okay, but if you guys, would you stop?
Really?
Would you stop? Jasons, you two are the worst. The worst. What do I do? What's that? Assuming that helps people, fine. If they talk about stuff...
I'm glad we had Zamira here to guide us. Without him, I'm pretty sure we'd have gotten lost.
You're right, we would have. Now, can we please...
Think about that, all right? I'm just thankful we have such great friends. They're all risking a lot for us.
They are.
You know?
Yeah. And you two are good friends too, I bet.
But honestly, we're risking even more. When this is all over, we could go down in history. It makes sense that they'd want to be remembered too.
That's a pretty self-centered way of thinking about it, Fortam. I don't know about that.
Do you mean they're helping us for glory?
No.
I
Maybe.
wish that's how people worked. You really think Zamira did this for free?
In this economy?
Some kind of payment.
Are we going on this journey for free? There's no promise of fame, money, or glory.
But there will be plenty of beefcakes. You know what I'm saying.
More appealing. Either way, any help we can get is good. No need to dig into people's motives, Valessa.
Weren't you just doing that?
You're the one that did it, though.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying, you just did that. Okay, what am I doing here? Can we go in there, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to talk about it. No. Thank you. How do I go inside? If I want to go inside, do I just go inside? Is that how I do it? How do you do that? How do I do that? Can I just... how do I do that? What if I want to go inside? How do I do it? Let's go over there. What do I do? Hey, how do I... how do I do the thing? What do I do? Can I go inside the... Why? What if I want to go in? What, I can't go inside? Wait, hold on. Can you not go inside? Wait, hold on. Wait. That's weird. Why would I not be able to go inside? How do I do that? How do I do that? There's gotta be a way, right? There's gotta be a way to do it. Nope. How do you do that? How do you go inside? There's gotta be a way to do that. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I see it. There we go. We entered the Peregrino. We're greeted to an argument. Normally, I'd look around the tavern, but this seemed pretty heated. The barkeep, angry, seems to yell at an annoyed man in the front of him.
Absolutely not! There's no way! Take that letter back to Dominic in pieces. I'm not giving up my beloved Peregrino, pro.
Uh-oh. It seems that he's talking to a pro, the man we came here to meet. For some reason, I find him extremely familiar, but I can't pinpoint it.
Aaron, you don't want to test me. This is for the good of Alestia. Don't be selfish. He wouldn't act outside of our best interests.
All right.
If you don't agree, he'll cut your funding. You wouldn't be able to keep up.
Oh yeah, you get to do the thing. I get to do the thing? I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna do it real good. The barkeep must be named Aaron. He seems to be on the receiving end of Pro's threats.
I'll make do. I have to. This place is my home.
Okay, I'm sorry. That sucks.
We're not asking you to move. You just have to let Dominic do what he wants.
That's kind of a harsh statement, but sure. Zamir is off to the side, watching as well, drink in hand. I exchange glances with Valessa and Fortame, who seemed a little startled. It seems like this is escalating quickly. What should we do? I'm gonna jump in there and stand between them and be real disruptive. I decide to intrude in their argument before it gets any worse. What were they arguing about exactly? That's what I choose to ask first. Aaron scoffs and Pro gives me a sly smile, like my interruption benefits him.
Dominic wants me to shut down Peregrino.
Oh, what a dick.
Turn it into some stupid barracks.
Oh, what an even double dick. Super dick.
It's for Valenorth's safety.
Oh, okay, it seems like a good idea.
The village would be safe.
Sure.
Future attacks could be stopped before they even start.
True. Why do you look kind of like... I don't know. All right.
At the cost of my home, you mean? I refuse to do this. You can't make me.
You can't make me.
You're acting like a child, Aaron.
He literally just was.
You can still live here. It just wouldn't be a tavern anymore.
True. I'm pretty sure... What was his name in Komorebi? Like the main... Like BF that you... Like the guy who was like the leader of the terrorist group. What was his name? Because that's who Pro is, right? The voice actor is the same guy. Pretty sure it's the same guy. I'm trying to remember his name, but I can't remember his name.
That's what the rebellion wanted. Neutral ground for both nations.
Right.
You can't change your mind just because you want something else.
That's exactly why we can change our
Dante, that's right. Yeah, this is the voice actor is the same as Dante. I can tell.
Eyes and tell me your tavern is worth those lives.
Oh, that's the costume he was wearing in the D&D. The same costume. I recognize this, so that's why he was doing that. I get it. I get it now. Okay. Pro cuts him off before he can continue and looks at me in the eye.
Hey, Seer. Give us your input. Without an elder, you're in charge of Aaron. This place still falls under Valenorth's jurisdiction.
I'm not in charge, nobody know how, okay?
Or do you not know the secret of Peregrino?
I don't know nothing, I'm pretty dumb. I'm actually pretty stupid. The secret of Peregrino, what does that mean? I look at Valessa and Fortame and they shrug. It must recognize me from the blade on my back.
Back when your elder formed a treaty with Mazeo, it's not like they trusted each other immediately.
Okay.
Both sides were scared of walking into a trap.
That's fair.
So what was the best thing to do?
I don't know.
Each other halfway. That's right. This place was built for secret rebellion meetings.
Oh, okay, that seems good.
Valenorth deserves an army to protect it.
Right. Good. It seems like the rebellion wants Valenorth to be resettled as well. I do too. It sounds great. That puts me at ease. I was worried they might want to throw it away like nothing. All the patrons look pretty happy here, but Valenorth could benefit from an army. I think about the secret he just told me. It sort of makes sense. A tavern in the middle of the forest isn't the best place to run a business. Dominic must be lining Aaron's pockets to serve the rebellion's needs.
Don't tell me you're considering this, Seer.
How do you guys know my name? Like, I mean, they're saying in dialogue, I know they're calling me Seer, but how do they know my name? It's kind of weird you guys are just like, oh, hey, you that we've never met before. Talk about putting me on the spot. I hope this isn't a frequent event. I feel like this is my choice, but due to current circumstances, Milas resigned as the elder, leaving me in charge until I find or elect a replacement. That reminds me, I'd still have to choose between Valessa and Fortame. However, it's probably best to take things one step at a time. First, Peregrino. I strike a pose that implies I'm deep in thought, but truly I'm at a loss for words.
Think about it logically first.
I am.
If this was a barracks, Valenorth would be safe.
But we wouldn't have beer.
For you.
This is a frequent event. Yeah, but we'd be lacking in beer, pro, so that's a problem.
Maybe too late now, but we can plan for the future. Domek is requesting this of Aaron, but you can order it.
That seems pretty heavy-handed. He'll be expecting the answer as soon as we arrive in Museo. Pro seems to know a lot more than I initially thought.
He has a point, Seer.
I don't know about that.
Charge of the entire
yes,
nation.
But what about booze?
Like you,
are you thinking about the booze? Is anybody here thinking about the booze?
We have a lot to do. We can't waste time over stupid fights. Help them resolve this so we can talk about important stuff.
Okay. This is all happening so quickly. I can't even find the time to think. It feels surreal, almost like I'm in a dream or a vision, but it's real. Any attempt at collecting my thoughts goes on to be promptly interrupted.
There's no reason to turn this into a barracks, though. If you win this war, Alestia will be safe and peaceful. Domek is being hasty. He's not thinking straight.
Well, there's probably several reasons for that.
Seer, I beg of you, don't take my home away from me.
Huh. Everyone stares at me, expecting me to make a decision. Uh-oh. Well, this is interesting. Watch their gaze fills me with anxiety. I tend to up. Maybe I should ask for some advice before making a decision. I will ask Ulric for advice, ask Fortane, make the final. Okay. I'm gonna do this really quick because I don't know how this is gonna go. Yes, but I'm gonna do this. I want you in the chat to do some homework while we wait for next week's stream of this. You need to tell me what you think next week. It is your responsibility to give me your full recommendation. I want like a full paper's worth of like pros and cons, and I want like a conclusion at the end that tells me what I'm supposed to do, because otherwise we're not making this decision. I need like basically like at least 10 pages of full recommendation work. That's what I need. So if you don't have 10 pages, I'm not going to accept it. And that's going to be a problem, okay? So, but before that, I'm going to go to this spot here because I'm going to call it for the night. It got late, but we are going to be at a quick turnaround tomorrow. We're going to be playing some Played Up with Demon Otter Games and C. James Fox. It should be a grand old time. You know how those crazy Played Up events go, so it's going to be some chaos. It's going to be some fun. We will be back, and then we'll be back next week to see what decision I make. Should I go for the beer or should I go for the barracks? I don't know. Beer is really important sometimes, so we got to make sure that is a thing. But like I said, we'll be back tomorrow with more of this game. It should be a grand old time. Until then, let's do Dark Scintilla. I was playing some Kingdom Hearts. That should be kind of fun. So we're gonna go say hello to Dark Scintilla, and thank you so much everyone who stopped by today. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a grand old time for the rest of the week. I will see some of you guys tomorrow for Played Up, and until then, you guys have a wonderful let me cook. Is this it? There it is. Have a wonderful evening. I will see you guys next time. See ya. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And happy trails. Bye-bye.